everyone, and welcome back to another fun episode of Dungeons and PhatDogs.
One of these days, I'm going to actually get this thing to go on too, and it doesn't take 3 seconds for it to actually go live.
All right, let me know when we're actually live.
Half of your opening got through.
Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to a fun episode of Dungeons and PhatDogs. Take 2.
Indeed, take 2.
Today for another fun episode. So, before we begin, does anyone else have announcements to make?
I need to push this button on 3 instead of 2. There's your technical difficulties for the stream. No more problems, please, Kay. Thanks.
God damn it, guys.
Okay, so are we live?
Yes.
Okay. No. So again,
yes.
Yeah. Okay, Richie.
Yeah. Tune in tomorrow for anime and stuff. I believe it's going to be at 2 p.m. Central Time, but just keep an eye out on the Discord, everybody, just in case. I actually have to have a late night meeting about that tonight, so we can figure out how many different stories are going to come up, because the last 2 weeks have been crazy.
Random question. Should I have the viewer count going? Because I have that separate now. No, not even that? Alright, that's fine.
No, but yeah, we had like 3 deaths in the nerd community recently, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Can everybody just stop dying at the same time, please? That'd be great.
Please stop dying, guys.
Cowards. No, sorry.
No, we lost Chewbacca, then we lost a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, good freaking
Who's next on the chopping block?
Well, let's not tempt fate.
Yeah. I had a name that I was gonna throw out, but that was spoilers, and that would be mean. And for in game, not for Pokemon. But
okay. Any more announcements?
Terrible. Yeah.
Yes. More announcements or no?
No, I think we're good.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
That's
Fuck, you beat me.
Episode 6 is chugging right along.
Chibitails is hungry. All right, well, with no more announcements, let's go ahead and get to the recap and continue our fun adventure of Dungeons and PhatDogs. So, last we saw our intrepid group, after recovering from their heroic success in Bexley's defense, our group returned to the task of recovering Luna the Enchanter's stolen stock of magical items. Managing to return what they'd managed to find initially. Unfortunately, the amount returned was only about a quarter of her overall stock, and that did not meet the requirements that she needed to bring her business back above water. Their investigations did eventually branch over to the town's temple, as they desired to search a little more thoroughly in the temple's various chambers and quarters to see if any more of Luna's stock could be found. Through their own unique means in said investigation, our group managed to venture into the now late Archbishop de Bolbeck's chambers. And after a brief encounter with a rug of smothering, the group managed to find a few more magical items of Luna's stock, but not much more, maybe several at most. With their stock retrieved, the group managed to return to Luna's shop, and again, with the amount returned, it was sadly still not enough to meet the requirements that she needed. With this return, a bit of a tense exchange occurred, as the staff that Jinx has been enjoying for our past number of sessions is indeed also a part of Luna's stock, and a rather valuable part of her stock as well. Jinx's unwillingness to part with said staff has brought Luna to a bit of an arrangement with the group. In exchange for the staff, she was willing to accept a 700 gold payment, as well as an agreement to aid her in a venture that she has been planning for what's maybe quite some time. Managing to pay that 700 gold down to 200 gold, our group, light on gold after the agreement, set off to address a matter previously discussed with the town's guard captain, Captain Millicent, addressing a small orc scouting party that had been spotted nearby. Managing to find said orc scouting party, a relatively easy encounter ensued, with many orcs dying and few casualties or even few injuries being taken on the party's part.
Returning
with the body of the orc chief, our group collected some much needed gold as a reward and a little bonus for the rather hefty addition of the orc scout leader. And with that, our group currently stands at a crossroads. They can decide to enjoy a little more time around Bexley, or they can decide to aid Luna in the contract agreed. One more bit of information: the contract was agreed with a month deadline, so it's not an immediate need for completion, but her business is a little under, so maybe a little expediency there.
And the sooner we get it, the sooner Fu can get his.
Oh, right.
Yes, possibly that as well. So, you all are pretty much in the center of town at the main crossroads. You got your money. Luna is still at her shop, doing her own thing. You've been a little banged up, some resources expended, so you've got a little more gold that I trust all of you have entered down in your various means of recording. So, you got some things that you can do. What are you all wanting to pursue?
Well, we're all at the inn, right?
You're at the crossroads. We essentially stopped with you. You all returning to town, collecting reward, and we kind of paused there. So you can go to the inn if you want. You can go and go to the
I guess what I'm asking is we took our long rest.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that you took a long rest just for the sake of brevity.
Okay.
So whatever health, spell slots, used abilities with their charges, go ahead and refresh them. You're all brand spanking new, fresh out of the bed. Warm meals in your belly, coffee in your veins, little booze here and there, and you're ready to tackle the day.
Okay. So Jinx, I guess, is walking next to Aurelia and is talking much more than usual in a dialect that people don't seem to understand.
Shit.
Does anybody here speak Infernal?
Yes.
Jinx is now speaking a mile a minute in Infernal.
Not
And
happy.
Infernal is a very odd language. It's a very kind of hissing, crass language with like gentle consonants. So it's almost like
It's parcel tongue. He's speaking parcel tongue.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'll say that's very accurate depiction. Yeah, so Jinx is essentially speaking.
So Fu's just sitting there trying to eat, and you just hear.
Yes, and the insane quickness that is Jinx's articulation.
Please don't remind me of that one girl I went to school with. That
No
thought-
more.
Please
Stop. Drop it right there.
No, I'm
Drop
just
it right
saying.
there.
Please don't remind me.
Moving on from that.
I don't want to know anything about your Chamber of Secrets, Jinx. Just.
So how does
Jinx upon a fucking so I guess does anyone say anything to her other than Aurelia?
Uncle is just going to try to ignore it and hope it goes away.
Fu does not care.
Okay.
There's a serious lack of care.
Because at this point, Jinx doesn't realize she's not talking in common.
Well, how would I want to handle this? Because I hear what you're saying. Well, I guess at the moment, what is she actually saying? Because what would I do with that?
Yeah, okay, I guess Jinx is just she's talking about arm teacher.
What about our teacher? No, they're doing muscle.
What? Yeah.
Oh,
her arm spoke to her in her sleep.
Oh my fucking god.
And
it's gotten bad apparently.
It is teaching her thing, and it taught her to speak Infernal and also read Infernal. She can now read Infernal.
What?
Oh, and only Infernal.
And only Infernal.
Jinx has had no opportunity to actually read Infernal itself, unless Aurelia you have some form of Infernal you could have shown her.
I can, but I haven't attempted to, and I don't see why she would just start doing it randomly.
Yeah, so presently that other tidbit is unknown to Jinx, but is an ability that she still wields unknowingly.
So essentially, what I'm understanding is Arm Teacher hasn't taught anything useful yet.
Well, the arm teacher is teaching Jinx how to better use death magic, basically.
Technically, Arm Teacher
not read
taught her
common.
language.
And not read common, correct.
Yeah.
I am going to say this, you, Jinx, and actually the group in general, because I'm assuming you're all just walking in, a general collective blob of adventure sortness. You are drawing a few wayward glances from the few villager or townsfolk, and even a few guards, as Jinx is speaking in this slithery, hissy, not very normal sounding tongue. Also,
Well,
you all,
basically, yeah. So basically, I'm just waiting for someone to approach Jinx and start talking because she can still understand common. She just doesn't realize she's not talking in common.
Fu just covers her entire head with his giant hand and just says, "Say it, don't spray it."
Okay.
now, are you all heading somewhere, or are you all just standing
I
presently?
imagine we're going to pick up Luna.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you all walk with a presently muffled Jinx, walking your way through town.
Who is still trying to
No,
talk.
no, no! I didn't put my hand over her mouth. I just put my hand over her head, like the back and the top of her head, and I said, "Say it, don't spray it."
Yeah,
Okay.
so, all right, so basically,
Misunderstood.
Jinx replies, "Thanks, okay, muscle teacher." And you just, so basically, you hear something in Infernal and then a gargled muscle teacher.
A hissy gargle muscle.
Okay. Let me clarify, because apparently being funny and cute in the morning just doesn't. Wait, no, I forgot who I was talking to. Jinx! None of us can understand you. Fuck are you saying?
Make a wisdom
Shit.
check, Anthony.
Carson, I forgot to give you a heads up.
Okay.
It's more to see if you can basically focus and actually concentrate and find.
Well, I have a feeling a lot of swearing's coming on.
You search for the words. You know you can speak common, but for some reason you can't articulate the words. And
Yeah, so Jinx is like, "What do you mean you can't understand me? I'm talking like I normally do. What's the problem?"
Okay,
much.
all right. Should we stop and go back to the temple because I feel like an exorcism is necessary now.
That's a,
we might-
Aurelia
He's speaking in tongues.
Aurelia steps in and goes, "Oh, that's what's going on. Why is this happening?"
I pick up the girl and just start shaking her. Speak the king's English.
The hell is
And
English?
So wait, so what's
Yeah.
wrong with her? I'm confused.
I'm shaking the demons out of her.
Anthony, make another wisdom check.
I was gonna go over to Aurelia, speak in Infernal, and say, "So since when can you talk like this?"
It's
Oh.
even worse.
It's not helping.
Jinx just starts screaming back in Infernal, "I am speaking common!"
And actually, when you scream, it is this horrible, high-pitched wailing that doesn't even sound like a normal scream. Just.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God,
So
I'm
Aurelia's gonna go over, try to
she's a
tell Fu
screamo
to
band
put her
now.
down.
Sounds like on Leaf's fucking.
The power of Broseph commands you. The power of Broseph commands you.
It's about this time that a guard walks over with a very disturbed look on his face and looks and says,
Just
"Sir,
this
sir,
giant
I'm going to have to ask
holding
you to
this
put
little girl
the
2
woman
feet
down."
above me.
Oh my
Yeah.
She's speaking in tongues. Do you not hear her, sir? She wasn't like this when she went to sleep last night. I
Well-
fear she's been possessed by an evil spirit.
Evil spirits
She's
are
been
not
possessed by the armful.
speciality. All I know is that you're
I'm
shaking
just
a woman
waiting.
very
I'm
violently.
just waiting for Jinx to turn and look at the man and say something to him in Infernal.
Jinx turns to the man, extends her crazy demon arm, grabs him by the collar, and yells, "Help me!" in Infernal.
Well, Aurelia at this point is going to say, "Oh, for the love of Cthulhu" in Infernal, and walk over and end this madness.
Why? I was totally. I had this whole thing set up. We were
Well,
gonna
then
start
keep
dunking
going,
her
and
in
I will
water.
keep my mouth shut.
No, you're good. It's too late. No, it's too late. It's too late.
Oh my
You did your thing.
god.
Well, well timed, Carson. The guard is not within arm's reach, unfortunately, but the
All right, well then
outburst
I'm
still
clawing
concerns
at
him.
him with my demon arm.
He looks concerned, and he is understandably disturbed. He looks to Fu with a cocked eye. Yeah, my expertise isn't in the dark and evil sort. I suggest you take that to the temple. But right now,
Where it was
keep
going? Yeah.
shaking her.
I mean, the shaking might help.
Alright. So Aurelia is just
Temple,
gonna walk
please.
over and go, "So just to be certain, and speak in Infernal, so just to be clear, you can understand everything I'm saying right
Oh
now."
my god, it's spreading!
I look at Fu and go, "Shut up, I got this," in common.
Aurelia's is much more soothing and very natural sounding compared to
Yeah,
Jinx.
so no,
But it's still spreading.
Jinx turns to Aurelia and goes, "Yes, I can understand you." And stop shouting!
You stop whatever it is you're saying.
So,
Okay.
Be gone, foul demon.
so, so Aurelia's gonna try a thing and say, so you currently don't notice anything wrong with your language, but language will be spoken in common, but the rest in infernal. We're gonna do this bit by bit and see if we
All
can
right, so do I need
slowly
to do
go
another
back to
wisdom?
normal.
I will say yeah, since Aurelia is basically making you focus on it.
Fu stops shaking her, looks down at Aurelia and goes, "Okay, the fuck is going on?"
Very slowly over multiple sentences back and forth. I start using more common, less infernal, and see if that slowly gets her back to regular understood language.
Well, fortunately, the DC check is a 5, so that succeeds.
Oh!
I love that it took you 3 rolls to get above a 5.
Yeah, slowly
Well,
but surely.
I went from a 1 to a -1.
So yeah, slowly but surely, Jinx's hissing, horrible tongue returns to the normal, quick-paced jabbering that she's known for in common.
How long does this take? Because Fu doesn't have a lot of patience.
With that, it takes about 10 minutes.
Oh, we're at the temple doors.
Probably.
So
Fu
as you
has
arrive at the temple
Fu has
doors,
been walking while you've been talking.
Yes. No, I wouldn't blame you.
Let's walk
Because
and
if this doesn't work, the temple is where she goes.
yeah.
Alright,
So
so finally, Jinx starts slowly kind of, it's still kind of slipping in and out. She goes, "Oh, so that means that I've been talking in other, arm speak. Yeah, I've been talking in arm speak."
I love this because that means that Fu and everybody heard, "Oh, that other arm." Yeah. That's the words that I've decided to come out freaking.
so you're all in front of the temple.
That
A few
other
people
arm.
are still looking at you concernedly,
Right.
but largely
Okay.
giving you a wide berth.
I'm just saying, when we get to the next town, we're getting a copy of Hooked on Phonics.
So are you actually taking Jinx into the temple to seek help?
I mean, at this point in time, is Jinx? Okay, I understand that this is a weird question to be asking about Jinx in general, but is Jinx able to actually form full sentences in common?
Yeah. So Jinx finally goes, "Huh, that was weird. I was speaking arm because arm teacher taught me how to speak in arm."
Yeah, let's not do that again.
Excuse me?
He doesn't know what infernal is. The arm taught her, therefore it is.
No, I know who arm teacher is referring to, I think. Or at least
no,
I can make a pretty good assumption. That is what the "are you kidding me" is in reference to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Aurelia's smart enough; she's able to make the correlation.
It is
Okay,
not
still
the
holding
what,
her-
but who I am questioning.
Still holding Jinx about 2.5 feet in above the ground. Fu looks at this poor child and goes, "I'm sorry, wait, what?"
Can you not do it again, please?
Jinx points at her demonic arm and goes, "Arm teacher. Arm teacher was talking to me last night and taught me how to speak arm."
What?
Okay, hold
the
on.
thing you keep
hold on,
saying,
I have to-
I don't think that's arm language.
I
Jinx.
understand-
okay,
I
okay.
restate
Arm
this.
was my arm was speaking it, and it taught me to speak it. What else would you call that?
Okay, so
A demon language that I don't want to be anywhere near.
what is it that I am checking against to not immediately want to pull this demonic arm off of this child?
Compassion?
Common sense.
No. I'm saying of a check. I don't have a compassion check.
I was going to say roll for compassion.
Yeah, unfortunately, 5e does not have that in depth of a skill system to check.
Well,
I was
guess
gonna be
what?
like-
You
I
can
was
do
gonna be
whatever
like,
you
is that a
want.
wisdom Is that a wisdom save? Is it intelligence? Like,
Well,
what is
I
it
will
that
say-
I would have to use to go against this
I'm
son?
very confident you roleplay that
demonic
and you
arm
don't use
pull it
dice.
Well, okay. What is Fu's alignment? I'm assuming it's not evil.
I'll be right back.
No, it's good.
you feel the urge. It's really, really strong.
I'm saying,
you're-
what do like? The thing is, I know what I would do, but with Fu, he has to fight his inner demons. In this case, so I would need to make a roll to decide what Fu would naturally do rather than what I would want to do. Like, I know what I'd like to do, and I think it'd be hilarious, but I need to play it in character. So,
Okay.
I imagine that would be like
Well,
wisdom.
Usually,
I'll say if you want to roll, I'll say make a wisdom check.
okay, a wisdom check rather than a save. Okay,
So basically
good,
D20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay, so it's a 17. I feel confident.
You feel
I've
the urge,
resisted.
and you feel this dark, these horribly mixed, violent and very just disturbing thoughts well up.
Regardless,
You manage to force them back down.
regardless of what it ended up being, I knew I was gonna save because I rolled a nat 16. But I just wanted to know for future reference in case something of this nature came up and I had to resist it. What that would be, so I'd know for future rolling.
Yep, wisdom check.
All right, thank you. All right, so Jinx, you keep your arm, but Fu is gonna be creeped out. Fu is gonna be creeped out by you for the. Fu is gonna be creeped out by you for quite a while now, and that having been the case, brace yourself, because Fu just lets go and lets you just drop. No comfort, nothing whatsoever. Demon arm, get the fuck away from me.
You all suddenly hear a shrill scream off to your right, as with Jinx showing off her bright red, not normal looking arm, what looks to be a very lower class woman screams, "Oh, a demon! She's tainted! She's part of them!"
And Jinx goes, "Hey, that's not nice. That's my muscle teacher you're talking about."
Uncle looks over at the woman and then over at Jinx and goes, "Oh shit."
And
I always knew this child was going to be how I was going to die.
I was pretty sure.
You see three of the
I was
town's
pretty
guard
sure
running
I
over
knew
your
this
way,
day would
having heard
come.
a scream, as the woman is currently hailing another one down and guiding them back to you. So a total of 4 are rushing over to your location in front of the temple.
Jinx turns to muscle teacher, goes, "Run! They're coming after you."
It ain't me they're coming after.
They're halfway
They're just-
there.
You know what? I'm not even gonna resist this. Fu face palms.
And then immediately Jinx goes, "Oh," turns to Uncle, "Run, Uncle! They're coming after you."
Yeah. Does anybody have any reaction to this?
Uncle looks at Jinx and just goes, "You're an idiot. I didn't realize you were this much of a fucking idiot."
At this point, Fu is thinking inside his head, "They're coming to take you away, haha! They're coming to take you away." Oh,
Let's let
funny part.
Chibitails speak. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I think this is about the time we need to go.
I don't know. I almost
Well,
want
he
to
was
just turn
completely
the arm
concerned.
over and see what would happen. Out of
Well,
more
Yeah,
of a
exactly
curiosity.
right.
With all
Fu
this
is
internal
completely
monologue between yourselves
content.
collectively, the guards, roughly all 4 of them, eventually get to you soon enough, and they're all looking very concerned as the woman
Fu's
who had
just
run
pointing
away,
at-
she looks to be roughly in her 40s, points to Jinx. It's her! It's her! She has a red arm! It's not normal!
Yeah, Jinx
Okay.
looks behind her like,
Dude,
Like-
dude, no. Lief literally steps in front of her, Jinx, looks at the lady and said, "All right, so what's normal about me? Because he's not normal. So if her having a red arm isn't normal, then he isn't normal either." And he's kind of pissed.
Jinx picks the child up again and holds it above his
"You
head.
mean Lief?"
Jinx.
Leaf, yes. Fucking, oh my god. Fu picks the Jinx up and lifts her up so that she's at about face height.
The
With
woman
Fu,
largely just
and
slips
says,
behind
"Have you met this person? Have you spoken with her for all of 2 seconds? Nothing about her is normal."
One of the guards
Oh,
thinks so.
I get that a
All
lot.
right, let's
God damn
all
it, there we
settle
go.
down now. All I know is that a woman is terrified of something, and I'd like to clarify this if y'all be so kind.
Jinx, I swear to
Oh.
God, if you get me thrown in jail, I'm killing you.
Given recent events of the less than natural variety, I understand that a claim of this is not too far-fetched. We are still finding individuals who were partnered with Father de Bolbeck. So,
We're the ones that stopped them, you dick.
We appreciate
Don't call
your
the guard a
contribution.
dick.
I just want to point out that again, I am basically holding Jinx in the air like Simba.
And
Are you trying to get me thrown back in jail?
At which point she has turned and looked down at this motherfucker and called him a dick.
Yeah, Jinx is pointing down at him with her demon arm and goes, "We're the ones that killed him, you dick!"
Oh my god!
young lady, I am grateful that you helped this town. I hold nothing against you. I'm simply trying to maintain the peace. People are screaming. I need to ensure nothing bad is happening. I am in no way trying to detain you. I would advise that you get that arm checked if it is of an unnatural sort, as no doubt other people will likely assume it unnatural and have their own reactions to it. Being at the
Okay,
temple, I
I like
advise
this
you
guy.
Wait, hold on,
see
hold on, hold on.
somebody.
So Jinx goes, "Wait, so hold up. So you just need to. So basically, you're just wanting to stop the commotion, right?"
I'm a god. It's
Oh, no.
generally best when the townsfolk are complacent and alive.
I
So we're-
turn Jinx immediately to face me and I go, no, no.
Well,
no,
he kinda just said that. No, he kinda just said
no,
peaceful
no.
and alive.
I start running away from the temple holding Jinx. No, it's just a constant strain of no, no.
The guard who's been speaking, he's a bald gentleman, roughly in like his 30s, gloriously thick mustache, just watches Fu run away. Well, that was an easy resolution.
So we're not gonna be. So we're not gonna be thrown in jail
Aurelia
for this
goes up to this
commotion.
guy, curtsies, and then walks towards Fu. I like this guy. He is calm in the
walks up to
face
the
of
guard.
imminent death.
Boo is fast walking his giant strides that he has.
Well, Lief, he kind of just looks at the woman and kind of, sort of ups at her. Like,
The woman's terrified. She's just shaking behind the guard.
good.
Carson,
As a thing,
hold on,
as an aside.
hold on. Carson's been trying
What
to
I was
speak
gonna
for a
say
while.
was, Uncle walks up to the guard and says, "So we're not gonna go to jail," while also slowly pawing and trying to find this man's wallet.
Oh my god!
Well, unless you give me a reason to take you to jail, we're all for a little bit indebted to you for your aid in ensuring the town is still here.
I want to try to
Alright,
steal his wallet and see if I can.
Why?
Okay, so
Please do
trying
not
to-
do any actions that disrupts the campaign and gets
so
us
hold on,
I
killed.
just want.
Hold on.
I just want to point out that I just muttered like a couple of words softly to Jinx. Is it okay if we both turn and face this honorary woman and just stick our tongues out at her?
I mean, she's behind the guard and she's presently looking at Lief, so it's not. She may not see you, but you're more than welcome to do that.
You down with
meanwhile-
this, Jinx? You down with this, Jinx?
Yeah, no, like Lief walks out of the way, starts walking towards us. Fucking.
What? I never said that.
Well, I know, but like that's what you would do because she's looking at you, and then she would see us over your rear.
Flank.
Yeah, but you're putting words that.
Flank.
Well, I'm just saying, like that's. I imagine that's what would happen because you were like you huffed at her, and then like when you walked.
We'll wait. We'll wait until she can see us, and then we'll do it. There
Now,
we go. Delayed action.
Pause. I believe there's still an interaction between Ankel and the guard.
Yeah.
So was
Yes.
Ankel,
Damn it.
was Ankel trying to steal the guard's wallet?
It's more of a like, I'm gonna see if I can get away with this because of this commotion and see how far I can get without being thrown in jail.
Okay.
I'm
well,
not. I refuse to bail him out.
okay, so since I'm guessing you likely did that before the cordial exchange was had and when he was initially arriving. If you're stating this happened earlier, make a sleight of hand check.
All right, what would that? What would it-
Sleight of hand check. It's a
yeah, I'm trying to see.
an ability.
It's plus 8.
Fuck.
You're a rogue, pretty good at doing it.
Broad fucking daylight, sir.
Who dropped?
No one dropped. I'm making sure that the volume mixer
Okay.
is correct.
Okay.
I had to
with
do
that-
I had to do the trick on Discord.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, with that, as he was walking by, you kind of caught him as he was, still needed to walk a few feet forward. You managed to slip it out of his belt with a little bit of a tug, but fortunately, with the townswoman, shouting and basically trying to pull in towards Jinx and her interesting arm, he does not seem to see you. And presently, he's looking down at you with a neutral, if not kind, expression.
And Uncle's just gonna say, "Well, thank you for your time," and calmly go on his way.
You have a lovely day, sir. And
With the man's
turns to his
money.
host. You find 5 gold, 8 silver, and 12 copper.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, you just stole a hard-working guard's money. Well done. So, woman sees.
Now we're on
Jason-
the Lief.
Oh yeah, sorry, Lief.
I never said I was a good person.
I was just gonna. So you're saying that the woman is trying to pull the guard towards Jinx?
Well, as the guards, there were 3 guards who heard the commotion and began walking over initially. The townswoman ran away to fetch a guard, and she was pulling the bald gentleman, like pulling him by the arm, saying, "There." She's not like shoving him towards Jinx. She's just leading him. So that I just said that like she was like bringing him to the scene.
Oh. Well, it's kind of dumb.
Well, she was scared.
What does Lief end up doing?
Well, I was gonna say, like, if she's trying to like take this the guard that's already here and like trying to like, you know, basically Lief was just going to stand in the way, just gonna be like,
No, she just wanted to get a guard because she was, frightened from recent
Panicking.
events.
well,
I mean, she has every right to be afraid of Jinx. Like that is a legitimate fear.
Anybody who's met Jinx for more than 2 seconds has a legitimate fear.
yeah, but
right?
I
To
mean,
fear
you can say
Jinx.
the
I
same
mean-
about Lief though.
No.
Okay, so, leave.
But he just does what he did before. He kind of like, I don't know,
Snorts at her.
snorts at her, yeah, and then
She
I
is cowed and is fearful of you.
I feel very differently about your character in the first 2 seconds than I felt about Jinx in the first 2 seconds.
what?
You're like, the first 2 seconds of me knowing Jinx, I was like, who is this small idiot and why are they here? My first 2 seconds of meeting your character, I was like, ooh, food that talks.
So Chopper got it.
So thankfully, relationships have progressed since then, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one wants to actually eat him now. Got it. Okay, so he just kind of snorts at her and, kind of eyes her down, but then he I guess turns and walks away. But he's basically like keeping an eye, making sure like, they're not going to attempt to follow him.
I just imagined Lief pulling the Korra move from the
Oh,
first
yeah.
episode. Yeah.
Fucking,
As-
I must protect the strong idiot.
As Uncle reaches to the group, he's just chuckling to himself. He's like, I walk away a bit richer today.
And
Yeah.
Jinx and Fu end up sticking their tongues out at the old lady.
Yeah.
She catches it and just simply shakes her head and walks away, understandably concerned and fearful.
Muscle teacher, can I set her on fire?
No. I haven't even stopped saying no this entire time. It just got louder.
And Jinx just
No.
just a little bit. Just
Oh,
just a
Aurelia
slight-
sigh intensifies.
Okay. With all this, you are once more back at the town crossroads as you've quickly departed from the temple, which is pretty much a straight shot from the town crossroads. Lace.
Just a little bit of arson.
No.
All right. Well,
No, I never changed my name back, groups.
So
Why am I
so
still
we have Jinx basically switching in and out of a different language we don't understand. I've stolen money from a hardworking guard, and we are now just going on to our next mission.
Yep.
yeah. So
Welcome to this group.
It's
okay.
a
So I'm
normal
assuming that's the
day.
collective. You're all going to Luna's shop and to essentially meet up with Luna.
Thank God for being chaotic neutral.
Okay, at this point in time, before anything happens, before we go in the door, I put Jinx down. I turn. I stop. I turn, and I I don't get in her face because I'm too tall and that would hurt. But I go, you stay outside
What? Why?
because you have the itch to set things on fire, and I don't want this shop to be one of the things you set on fire.
I have the itch to set people on fire.
And you're not allowed
That
to do
is
anything
not
about it.
comforting.
that is not better. In fact, in many cases, that's so much worse.
But I
So-
will set the shop on fire, so there's no problem.
You might set the shop owner on fire, which is a problem.
So, watching this exchange, Lief just looks at Fu and just, I got this. I'll babysit.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
this.
Like, who has the most worried look on his face? It's like, please,
Speaking of the shop,
please, take care of this small idiot.
yeah. Speaking of the shop, it is boarded up. The windows that were smashed out initially largely just have a series of boards nailed up across them to keep them sealed relatively, and it looks a little bit repaired from its break-in initially. If there's nothing else to occur between this exchange before Fu slips in, is anyone else accompanying him?
It's probably best if Mom accompanies him.
Mom.
I'm going to stay back and just.
Yeah,
I'm
so
assuming. I'm assuming Aurelia is mom. Yeah, you keep your kleptomaniac fingers out of the shop.
Fucking,
please.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay back. I've already stolen a wallet, so it's probably best I don't steal anything
you're
else.
already pushing it in the eyes in the eyes of me. I'm
We
just
have-
like, please don't, please don't.
we have the fucking dad and mom of the group, Fu and
Look, I saw the opportunity and I took it.
We've got the creepy kleptomaniac uncle,
Why am I creepy? I'm Southern.
and then the helpful older brother.
Who?
Okay, so moving on for brevity. So I'm guessing Aurelia and Fu are walking into the shop. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that, walking into the shop, it's largely the same as you see it. There's a brief walk forward. Off to the left is her sister Muna's jewelry shop. Looks largely the same as before. Off to the right, a very empty-looking arcane enchanter shop with a number of satchels resting upon the store counter, roughly 1 to 2 feet in length, numbering about 3, and you hear what sounds to be a shuffling and a few muffled, profane words coming from the back room.
I knocked before entering just to announce my presence because Fu has a bad history with just like it's never been good if he doesn't announce himself and he just walks in like any normal person would to a place, and then they turn and they see this giant and suddenly
Gotcha. Well, knock is received. The door opens with no issue, and you are not met with any screams of terror. Muna does see you and gives a brief wave. Oh, hello. My sister's in the back in the storeroom if you're looking for her.
Thank you very much.
Going into the back, it's pretty much
Sorry, I
a
lost
straight
the
shot
voice
from
right
the
there.
entrance before the building branches
Please,
off
thank
to
you very
Luna and Muna's respective shops. And inside you see Luna climbing up a somewhat comically stacked series of crates trying to reach what looks to be a small bottle at the top of a very tall shelf.
How close is she to getting it?
What was that?
How close is she to getting it?
She's actually, I'm going to do a bit of a roll.
I was gonna say if he could, if it just make it easier, Fu would just get it and hand it to her. If not, then
Well,
you know,
as
he'd
you
let her
enter,
get it.
she tries to reach a little bit too far off to the side, and she overextends herself. And unfortunately, the crate underneath her basically swings out from underneath her feet as she.
How far
begins
away
falling.
from me is she?
Like 5 feet. It's not that.
Oh shit!
far.
I easily catch her.
Yeah.
Athletics, acrobatics. What am I doing here?
I'd say do an acrobatics.
This would be the worst
because
time to
this-
wear roll in
come
that
on,
one.
come on! You could
It's
just roll like I could just roll
acrobatics, because you're trying to spring into action with
Oh, God damn it.
live.
What'd you
I
roll in that one?
I did not roll a 1. I did not roll a 1. I
What
will
did you
state
roll?
that I rolled higher than a 1.
Okay,
But
so
not
it's
by
not that
much.
bad.
You rolled a 2.
So-
You rolled
But
a 2.
no. Hold on. What is my acrobatics? I don't even know. My athletics or acrobatics? Which one am I doing?
Acrobatics. You have a plus
God
2 to
damn it.
acrobatics.
It's a 6. I rolled.
A 6?
I rolled a 4.
Well, again, DC 5, not that difficult. So
Ha 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 ha!
you
Yeah,
feel like
suck it, Jinx.
your foot kind of catches on the floor, and you feel like, oh shit, I'm gonna miss her, but you just barely manage to get under as she falls, and she falls bridal style. And unfortunately, the jar she was trying to reach falls and shatters on the ground, and what looks to be a rather sizable red liquid that fairly familiar to a health potion that is now gone. She looks down and says, "Oh shit! Ah, thank you."
Yeah, this isn't just a I caught her thing. It's like I literally have her kind of almost cradled in one arm, and I'm just like, next time you could just ask.
Well, it's not like I knew you were coming. I needed to prepare for the trip.
As this is happening, I'm gently helping her back onto the ground.
And she is helped easily enough upon the ground. Brushing herself off, she looks between you and Aurelia. Ah, I see. You came with relatively light company. Lovely. So, are you coming to voice? You ready to move on?
Yeah. Let's get the hell out of this town.
Ah, lovely.
So they
Well,
try to lynch
I've
us.
got some. What was that?
I said before they try to lynch us.
Hey,
No,
you know
you'll
what?
save the town. I mean,
Look, it was 5 gold. They don't need to kill us for it.
look, you save the
don't think
town.
that's
You've
what
got
they were gonna kill us
No,
for,
it was
but-
more so Jinx.
You've got
Yeah.
a little bit of leeway with the town guard. They know you helped deal with a big, angry evil, so they're going to be a little lenient. So, no, lynching is not likely unless you start.
But
killing
not
people.
that lenient.
Yeah, so would have
Probably shouldn't keep stealing from guards in broad daylight.
Look,
That's all
I
I'll
saw
say.
the opportunity and I took it.
Well, you know what they say: if a guard didn't see it, you didn't do it.
Exactly.
But with that, Luna.
If I wasn't caught, it didn't happen.
There you go. With that, Luna clears her throat. Well, I'm largely prepared myself. I've got about 3 satchels worth of supplies, some rations, water, food, some healing potions, various other things we might need, and I managed to rent a cart from the general store. It's not the best, very little worn, but it'll make the trip a little quicker. Along with 2 rather worn down stallions, but it's better than walking.
I mean, anything is better than walking.
So yeah, with that, I mean, she's pretty much ready to go. You've largely got just a flat that she
Okay.
guides you out. She goes through the satchels and does request some help from Fu.
Yep.
As she grabs one, lets Fu carry the other 2, and guides you out. And towards the other end of the alley from where you entered, there does rest a sizable, just flat, uncovered cart with 2 somewhat haggard but still relatively able-bodied horses currently, gussed up to it and prepared to go. It's got a simple seat for a rider to guide
Really
guide the
quickly.
stallions.
Really quickly.
And with that, there's pretty much nothing more as Luna places her own.
At the general store.
Yeah.
Are there blankets and pillows?
Yep.
Okay. I would like to purchase. Oh wait, hold on. I just realized how broke I went recently.
I mean, I can spare you some gold if you let me inside.
Yeah, but you got paid for the orc job, so you all should have a little more gold.
I have a total of 5 gold.
You shouldn't.
I can give you gold if you let me inside.
Let you
Uh,
inside what?
To give you some gold.
Unfortunately, I don't recall the amount that was paid to you.
So
you
I
guys
have
gotta
5
record
gold.
that when it gets provided. I'll say that.
I
Let's
thought
just
I
see-
gave you like a lot of I gave you like at least 20 gold.
I don't
I'll say there
remember
was
that
500
happening.
gold, so 100 gold.
Because
split
you
up among
dropped so much, during after the exchange or whatever.
Yeah, I remember I had to
I gave
drop
you
a bunch of
20
gold for someone. Okay.
Yeah,
Jinx.
and I gave you 20 gold after.
Yeah, so
Because I had
and-
80 something gold and now I have 60 something.
Okay, yeah, I had to drop almost everything I had on Jinx.
yeah,
So that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
then
gold.
So,
Then afterwards I gave you 20.
okay, so I have 25 gold.
and 100 because you remember the orc assignment that you completed. I can't recall, unfortunately.
I
the full
have
payment, so
125 gold.
there you
Okay.
go.
Much better. All right. So, I would like to purchase roughly 6 pillows and a decent sized blanket.
Or like a decent sized blanket for 1 person, 5 people. What's a decent size?
Enough to fit the cart.
What do you mean fit the cart? Like
I'm
cover
gonna
the cart?
put three. I'm gonna put 3 pillows on each side of the cart, and then the blanket in the middle,
Okay.
so
yeah,
that it's a more comfortable ride.
yeah, it's relatively easy. It's going to cost you 3 silver at most. They're not the most
Oh.
luxurious, implements, but they'll get the job done.
I mean, it's not the most luxurious cart or steeds.
Well, I mean,
So,
beggars.
Then it fits
got a
the
cart, you got
aesthetic.
steeds. Yep,
All
3
right.
silver, fairly easy amends. Definitely makes the cart a little more comfortable.
How much silver is equal to gold?
10 silver for each gold.
Okay, so it was 3 silver.
Yep.
I
Not
give
expensive.
1 gold and I get that back. I get the change back, so I have 124 gold and 7 silver.
Yep.
Sweet. Sorry, I'm just trying to do math, and I left my abacus back at the end.
Yeah, you gotta keep us with you, man. You never know when you're going to need an abacus.
Good
All right.
times, man. Good times.
Well, did anyone else want to do some
Welcome to
last
D&D
shopping?
Math with Money, everybody.
Did anyone else want to do some shopping with money before y'all left off?
Nope.
Nope.
No, I think.
Do they? Well, no. I guess she would have brought some potions, so I was gonna say
Yeah.
the potions, but yeah.
Like I said, she's got 3 rectangular bundles. They're like wrapped in basic canvas. They're roughly 1 to 2 feet in diameter. 2 1 foot, 1 2 feet.
Any food other than basic rations at the general store, like just like some.
Yeah, you've got some basic farm food from farms that have an excess basic onions, carrots, tomatoes,
Yeah.
apples.
Sweet. I'll do that because I'll eat some stew. I'll probably make some stew later.
Okay. Do you have an implement to make a stew?
Do they have an implement that I could purchase?
Yeah, they've got a small small cauldron.
I will
It'd
do that.
be
and
enough
I will
to make
purchase.
at least like 1 meal for.
I will do
Yeah,
that, and I will purchase the foodstuffs. What would that bring me up to? Will that take?
I'll say
away
together
my 7?
that's cauldron's largely the most expensive. I'll just say a gold overall.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with that.
Yep, not that expensive. Benefits of being in a farming town.
It's Bexley. It's not going to be that expensive.
All right. With that, anything else?
They come out and find Jinx just concentrating on a very small ball of fire in her hand.
I don't think Lief would let her do that.
She's not casting it at anyone. She's just practicing.
Yeah, but knowing you, knowing Jinx.
Why do I have a
Which, yeah,
feeling
we'll
that
say-
it's just like stop it,
Scoops-
stop it, stop it?
Scoops- Scoops a
Literally,
small, takes a small handful of water and dumps it onto the fire.
Literally every time she tries to do it, Lief just smacks
Or-
her hand. Stop.
What would be a small handful in Foo's hands?
A foo-sized handful.
A Foo-sized handful of water gets dumped on the flame. Yes.
It's like, how do you expect me to get any better if I can't practice?
Don't practice in town.
Don't practice in the cart. It's made of wood.
Yes.
It also means don't practice in the forest, because after last time, I swear to God.
Oh, I had that under control.
No, you
Bullshit.
didn't!
Richie,
In fact-
I also
in
do want
fact-
to add
in fact,
the small
don't-
cauldron's going
how
to weigh
about
about 20 pounds since it's basically made of straight iron.
Okay. I mean, it's not
Or
like
that
we
way-
can't carry it on the cart.
Oh yeah, I'm just letting you know, like if anything ever happens, just letting you know the weight.
I'm
Alright,
just letting you
with that-
know that these two mounts that we have probably are going to be able to pull this cart about as well as Foo probably could.
Yeah, they're fairly hard beasts.
So if it comes down to it, Foo and the horses will push. Or-
Uncle's gonna look at Jinx and just say, in the forest, you made the fire worse, I swear to God.
Jinx looks at Ankel and goes, worse?
At this point,
You ruined my hat!
At this point, Foo just looks back and says, "No practicing without." Wait, which teacher are you? I'm talking to Aurelia. He's basically forgotten which teacher is which
She's
at this
just
point.
teacher.
Too many teachers.
She's original teacher, so just teacher.
Original recipe teacher.
You
Extra
managed
crispy.
to get a genuine snicker out of Aurelia.
So I just
Okay, so teacher, unless she says so, no practicing at all.
No practicing
So-
fire?
No at all. No practicing.
What?
I did. Nope. No bugs.
All right.
So
Well,
the
this is occurring.
mentioning of,
Yes.
The mentioning of Uncle's hat, Lief asks him, how he likes his new, like, more organic hat. that
With
Lief
the
made.
Jinx not allowed anywhere near it.
So you're saying I can't even spot
No,
the snowballs?
no.
Oh, he said but snowballs.
Snowballs.
Okay.
No.
Real quick.
If I
with all this
remember, the
established-
snowballs almost murdered one of us. So
I feel like this entire trip.
Okay, that was one time.
Wait, I thought that was just water.
That was
All
one
right,
time.
hold on,
It was
hold
only
on.
because of the tsunami.
I don't want her to practice anything because then wild magic surge. There you
I
go.
feel like this entire trip is literally gonna be everybody saying no constantly to everything that Jinx says. It's almost like, are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No. But
Hey,
it's
can I?
essentially,
No.
Can I? No. Can I? No. But can I? No. Like, that's the entire fucking trip.
All right. Speaking of trip, who is going to be driving the cart? Because Luna does not know. There's not
I
confident
will.
in her
I
ability.
will.
Not driving the cart. No.
Foo volunteers.
Okay. With Fu sitting up and pretty much taking up the entire space of the front seat, you all begin your trek away from Bexley and towards the capital of Aurelia, a similarly named city of Aurelia.
And they'll never know I stole a wallet.
Yes,
Shut.
heist to end
You
all
keep
heists.
reminding the DM.
But Lord Broseph will.
So,
No, it's not even me reminding DM. It's just me speaking out loud, just like, and they'll never know.
No, but the problem is that you are reminding the DM every time you say it.
Well, information received is information received. You never know how it's going to affect the outcome of your world until it does. So, with all that you have, present steeds and present mode of transportation, it's going to take roughly about 2 days worth of travel. So, as you travel, luckily the weather is fairly clear. Sky's a little overcast, but no actual storm clouds seem to manifest. So, is there anything that is anyone keeping an eye out, or are y'all just relaxing? What?
Well,
I mean, obviously,
I
we
don't-
gotta keep
I
an
don't
eye
know
out.
how
Whoever,
well.
each time somebody's on watch, each time somebody's driving, somebody else is gonna have to do just basic lookout for like bad
Yeah,
stuff.
because
And then
Fu's
Well, I
focusing
was-
on
I was
driving.
gonna
I have to do a survival check just to make sure that we stay on the path.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Lief is probably like trucking along behind the cart.
And Jinx has asked Aurelia if she can read one of her books, hopefully one that has Infernal in it.
So I'm pretty sure Lief is helping keep watch as we truck along.
That is a 20 on survival. I rolled a natural 19.
Okay. A lot happening. Would have more been an animal handling check, but that's a high enough check. You pretty much managed to keep the horses, largely planted on the main road as you.
Oh, okay. Animal handling is
Yeah,
it's
because
the
you're
same
trying to
thing.
keep them well trained on a straight and narrow path.
Okay.
All right.
I thought
But
it
yeah,
was
high enough
general
roll
survival.
doesn't matter
Okay.
with a
Do
different
I need
modifier.
to roll anything then?
Yeah, since you're actively keeping a lookout, roll a perception check.
Perception.
Yep.
Let's see.
Sensei teacher. Keep an eye out, and aside from some occasional birds, maybe a deer or an elk or two, nothing really seems to pop out. Fortunately, as opposed to some of your treks along this main road coming to Bexley and going to Breezeholm, no one seems to wish to hop out upon you and rob you. So fortunately, as your day slowly comes towards an end, it's been pleasantly uneventful.
In that case, I have to talk about what Anthony requested and potentially throw a wedge into that.
Yeah.
He asked if he, Jinx asked if she had a book to read.
Yes.
I said, fuck it, and gave her the Lexicon Arcanum in my backpack.
Oh.
Which I assume has a ton of Infernal.
I do not remember it having Infernal, but I also remember it being mega dangerous, keep away from Jinx, and I just don't care
Hold
anymore.
on, let me, Lexicon Arcanum.
the book thing that you said if I study things could happen and you never went into it further.
Yeah, because unfortunately, there was never an opportunity to. Yeah, Lindrit's Lexicon Arcanum. Okay, so
Do you have any DM notes about what you had that to be? Because it kind of never
but-
went anywhere.
yeah, well, like I said, unfortunately, there was no opportunity to have you look into and basically study it. Unfortunately, but Lindrit's Lexicon Arcanum, there's no infernal in it. It is written in common, so unfortunately, no opportunity to exercise the means to actually, uh,
Sad
read
face.
infernal. But it reads, at a glance, this tome appears to be rather well made and maintained piece of literature. It's very, high quality paper, and exploring the book divulges odd arcane runes that ebb with power and potential. These runes similarly small yet compact in orientation. So essentially, it's a spell book that should you decide to attune to it, meaning read it and study it, there are benefits that can be instilled. But until someone attunes to it, the benefits are unknown.
Joy.
Enjoy
No.
that, Carson.
So
Like I said, it's a spell book
and the
with possible benefits.
casual grazings of me and Jinx over the peaceful day doesn't implode the universe.
No, this isn't some sort of. I'm not going to give you guys some sort of ancient lexicon with the capability of opening some sort of horrible portal to the abyss. No, nothing bad.
That's disappointing.
Oh well.
Yeah, so it's essentially goes over efficient forms of spellcasting.
Well, I tried.
When the character tries to fuck everything up on the road
Yeah.
trip, and the DM's
Nice
like,
monkey wrench.
bitch,
It's a cute
please.
attempt.
Well,
yeah.
I tried to ruin the peaceful road trip. It didn't work, guys. Oh well.
So, as I said, your day comes
Huzzah!
to pass with little excitement, pleasantly. It is a calm and peaceful trip for your first day.
The trip may have been, but it was a horrible day for that poor guard.
So,
That's
Richie, since you're driving the cart, make a survival check to determine a proper pace to set down for the night.
God damn it! Now I roll the survival check. 4.
4, you find what looks to be a nice open stretch on some grassland, and you set down camp.
I was
This looks like a great place to get murdered.
I was gonna say, could Lief help? But
Do you want to assist? Is it too late for an assist? Can I get an amen? No, but can I get a
Can I get a
an
retcon on
advantage?
that?
Okay, I will say, unfortunately, since it. Hold on, don't roll again.
yeah,
Leaf,
go.
All right, it's a 4.
roll-
Never mind.
you roll a survival check as well.
Oh, she does.
Yeah. Your survival.
+5.
I have like nothing in survival. I have a +0.
I just love the idea that Foo's like, that looks like a good place, and Leaf is just
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, we could do better.
That's
Yeah,
a bad idea.
Leaf does
Could
see
do
Foo's
better.
choice, which is rather poor, since there's some sizable grass that, should someone decide to stealth in it, they'd be fairly well hidden from all but the most
Shit.
alert
was I
of
thinking?
lookouts. So
have spent way too much time around Jinx
you very smartly,
I love how all 3 of us were like, shit.
you very smartly move to an area that has shorter grass and a more clear radius of sight for anyone keeping a lookout. Well,
I mean, to be fair though, I pity the fool that ambushes us.
Yeah.
A pity a fool.
God,
Because-
I love my
because
character so much.
That is 100% the moment where I go, "Hey Jinx, you can practice now."
Yeah. Oh, I was waiting to.
Oh,
Yeah, we were
God.
all waiting to say that effectively. It's practice time. Oh, like boy.
Oh,
Thank
oh
God.
boy!
I haven't committed arson in like 5 hours.
Oh boy, here we go killing again.
Here I go killing again.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I don't know what is up with my voice right
Aren't
now.
I
but
incorrigible?
if I
I'm
Jesus
such an
Christ.
hearing.
If I can't do Foo's voice well, I'm sorry, but I don't
Oh,
know
well,
what's up
but
with my voice today.
you do sit down for the night, and largely set up camp. Again, weather's not terrible. It's not raining. It's not cold. It's fairly temperate, so there's no struggles with getting a decent amount of sleep. Who is
Foo
taking
will take
first
third
watch?
watch.
Can I make a
Fu will
campfire?
take third. At that request, Fu is gonna look at teacher and be like, "Do we trust this?"
You
Teacher is gonna
don't.
go over to the clearest spot possible, kick all the grass down as far as it can go, take out as much, whatever this little blotting sand thing that I've had in my inventory that doesn't even exist in the book,
Fu is
put it
gonna-
on the
Fu is
ground and
gonna
go,
protect
do
Luna.
it!
I was gonna
Carefully.
say I have a tinder box.
Yes, but if we don't give her something, then she's gonna eventually implode on something
I
else.
hope that you were about to use said tinderbox and you're over the bird pile, and then she lights that shit. You just back the fuck off real fast.
I quickly assemble. I quickly assemble together with whatever's around the safest possible spot to have a fire. Stand at the ready and go do it
Well, with it being
carefully.
I want
With it being a
karma. I want
grassland?
karma to be
Do
awesome.
I need to roll the hit?
Okay, with it being grassland, it's a little hard to remove all forms of flammable material without meticulously removing the various grass around you. But you do a decent enough,
That's
amount
not what I'm worried
stamping down
about.
and spreading some dirt.
I want to know if the hat got removed. I want to know if the hat got destroyed again.
No! All of Leaf's hard work.
I will say there's no attack roll needed because you are attacking what is essentially an unlit campfire.
Okay, so Jinx is getting to do it then.
Yeah, what are you using to light it?
I'm casting Burning Hands.
No!
I love
Okay.
that immediately.
Okay, burning hands. If I recall right, yep, that's a level 1.
Can I get
You're
just
the-
like, can I
hey,
just get like multiple
your
bleeps
fault.
of me being
Your
upset?
fault. You didn't care.
There you go.
Okay.
Really, a long
And
one at the very end.
I would just like to say, I need one real long one, real quick, Carson.
And my wild magic surge does not go off.
Thankfully.
Oh, oh.
The wild magic surge almost went off too. That's the funny part.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
it would have made the water again.
Burning hands is how big of a
I am
cone?
so glad. I am so glad that Fu is just protecting Luna at the moment. It's like, let's take
Okay.
a child do
Right,
thing.
so it's a 15-foot cone. The fire ignites any flammable objects in the area that isn't being worn or carried.
Oh yeah, I'm reading it right now. Okay. Aurelia, again, having fairly good common sense and knowing Jinx you get a very good amount of distance from Jinx before she holds out a hand and poof, a
Wait,
massive,
hold on.
essentially like flamethrower, straight out of Vietnam, just ignites this campfire very
DM.
efficiently.
TM,
as
hold on
well
a
as-
second. Hold on a second. Was Ankel over the fire with the tinderbox about to attempt to light this?
Carson.
No,
Okay.
Uncle's
Oh,
not sitting anywhere
I
near
was-
where
I
they
was-
plan on setting something on fire.
Don't. If you were, Aurelia was going to run towards you and carry you away.
Okay.
No, not that poor little child. You cannot die by fire, Carson. You must die in the way of your
Have
people.
you have you ever seen a mother?
By
Have you ever
mimic?
seen a mother?
By mimic.
Have you ever seen a
Mimic.
mother lift a car? Yeah, have you ever seen a mother lift a car when their like child is trapped underneath it? It's gonna be that. It's gonna be like, I'll never be able to do this again. I probably like strained all of my muscles, but you're gonna know.
My family was
Hold on,
really
hold on.
bad with
I'm not
kleptomania.
built for
Smaller
this.
than you.
I'm not built for this. I'm squishy mage.
Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But
Hold on.
regardless, Uncle is smaller than you.
What's the outcome?
All right, thank you. Outcome is campfire's lit very well. In
Fuck.
fact, lovely little fire to keep warm by or cook some weenies if you got them, as well as 10 feet of grass behind it.
Fuck.
Luckily, the grass itself is not very dry. It is fairly well watered, so it does not spread very easily, and you will do a fairly decent enough job stamping out the various fires.
I start setting up the stew for the night.
Why?
Jinx just goes, okay, campfire's ready.
Why do I not know the spell create water? That seems like a very important survival thing for our campaign.
Well, okay. To be fair, we didn't think Jinx was gonna be such a arsonist.
I did, and I still
Yeah,
wasn't
no,
ready.
Aurelia,
You knew that Jinx was a pyromaniac. Who's the dumb one now?
yeah, Aurelia knows that Jinx has an affinity.
Can we retcon Aurelia's character and give her that spell?
Unfortunately not. Y'all's decisions.
Correction, I'm a wizard. I actually can't learn it. That's why. That's why I don't have it. That's actually why. I tried. I looked for it.
Okay. Moving on with that. So you make the stew, no issue. Y'all enjoy. Not too flavorful, but it's decently filling.
Hey, I put carrots and onions and all sorts of shit in there. It has flavor.
So, amid the meal, Luna is sitting around with all of you, and she eats somewhat silently, but eventually looks around and says with a somewhat amused face, "So is this common for you when traveling?" She's addressing you all.
Aurelia starts crying.
Who is she addressing?
The group in general, like as everyone's eating, she's
Uncle walks over. Uncle walks over to her and says, "Look into my eyes. You will not understand what normal is when you travel with her.
I feel like everyone just collectively says yes.
I have been stuck with her for not even that long, and my life has been ruined."
Oof.
Yeah, and Jinx goes, "What do you mean your life's been ruined when you met me? You were short before you met me."
I will kill her.
I won't stop you.
You're the people that I've agreed to venture with. Oh, God.
It's okay.
To
We
be
will
fair-
keep
to
you
be fair-
alive
To
with
be
whatever
fair,
it
the
takes.
the rest of us are a treat. She's just annoying.
Okay. Well, this is a lovely meal, but
We have a pyromaniac, a kleptomaniac, a man who follows the Holy Bible,
You're goddamn right.
a deertaur who has become one of the parents of the group, and a wizard who can't even keep her own student in check.
Hold on. I just want to point out we have a male deertaur who is essentially mom.
Yeah. And we have a wizard who can't even keep her student in check.
No, when fucking Jinx got like wrecked by that thing, like it had already been established that Lief was like protective mom over her at that point.
Both Lief and Chibi as a player have a vested interest in keeping Jinx alive.
I like the idea of like,
While the rest of us are like, okay, maybe not Aurelia, but at least Fu and Ankel is like, oh no, Jinx, oh, I'm so sad
be
about
ashamed
this.
if she died.
Well, like before, it was like, well, if Jinx dies, Jinx dies. But now I have a goal. I have to keep all your characters alive.
This is why
Well-
Jedi don't get attached.
Well, to be fair, can I just say,
what's his name?
Apples.
We cannot let him live.
I would love if Fu like gave, God, I can't remember her name suddenly.
Luna?
The store person.
Luna.
Luna. Just saying like, yeah, don't let your wallet be near Uncle. Just don't
Why
keep
are
any
you-
loose change around.
What?
This is
Okay.
already hard
he's a
enough as it
kleptomaniac.
is. Shut up.
okay.
I said as a passing statement, I think that would be funny. Of just like, yeah, don't let any loose change be around Uncle.
What's in your wallet? Nothing. I got robbed.
All right. Well, with
Exactly.
this
She
wonderfully
doesn't have-
colorful
no, what I'm
banter, let's
saying
move
is
on for the sake
She
of
got robbed.
brevity.
Nothing in
Well,
it
yeah.
right
Oh.
now.
With that, everyone having enjoyed a warm, filling meal, you all retire for the night. Who is taking the first watch?
I
One,
will.
2, 3, not it.
Uncle will. Uncle will volunteer. Fuck that.
All right, Uncle's taking the
Fu's
first
going.
watch.
Fu's going for third watch.
Yeah,
Alright, yeah.
Leaf will go for second then.
Okay, Carson, make a perception roll.
All right.
Does Jinx get to watch?
All right. No.
No.
I think our cat said no as well.
Executive decision. Because the moment you see something move in the night, you're gonna set it on fire.
Well,
And what it's going to end up being is
Yeah, but,
Lief
like, there's-
going to the bathroom.
There's gonna be a huge fucking explosion. Everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened? I saw a squirrel."
okay, Carson,
God damn it.
make your
That's
roll.
what I'm
Let's
doing.
move on. 14. As night slowly begins to take, the sky becoming pleasantly clear. Take a look around, and nothing transpires, fortunately enough. You hear faint hoot of an owl nearby, and It's all rather tranquil, and calming.
It's Twinkle.
And
Twinkle.
Hello,
Damn
Elf.
twinks.
and eventually your shift does come to an end.
No.
Hooty hoot hoot, motherfucker!
All right.
Damn it.
Leaf's turn to make a roll.
All right. That
Perception.
was loud. You should stop being loud. Look, your loudness made me get a 2. Thanks.
My loudness?
No, talking to Anthony.
Uh-oh.
I mean, when you
So-
roll like a jinx.
So with that, you look around and again don't really see much, and
We're all gonna die.
you find yourself inexplicably lost in the beautiful vista of stars and faint clouds of astral matter just painting the sky in this breathtaking vista of like it is something that truly, if you could paint and just keep this to enjoy later, you would if you could in this moment. And sadly, you're not paying too much attention to the world around you. So
Well, at least it's a good thing I have alert.
indeed. So with that,
With that,
Roll initiative.
hold on. Shh. You hear a faint, and shortly after that, as an arrow buzzes right by your right ear.
oh,
All of
Roll
us
for
roll initiative or
initiative.
just her?
nix it.
Ju- Everyone is effectively asleep right now.
It's a surprise round.
That's it's essentially a surprise round. And okay.
You're gonna spawn us on the map, right?
Oh yeah, don't worry, I got
You
it.
hear a faint Google.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I can't be surprised while conscious, so
That is true.
I'm not surprised by this. The fact that my
Uh,
ear gets fucking nicked by a fucking.
What's Aurelia's AC?
10.
An arrow flies from the shadows, and Aurelia, as you're sleeping, you feel a stabbing pain right in your side.
God damn it! Of course it'd be.
So,
It can never hit the fucking tank.
hey, not everyone is going to be a stupid attack the big guys. Some people know people who are going to be less robust than others. All right,
I'm surprised I didn't go for the
Fu-
halfling unless they
Fu
can't
makes-
see me.
Fu makes a snort. Fu makes a snort, rolls over and scratches his ass.
okay. With that, take 6 piercing damage, Aurelia.
Ow.
I just love the fact that that is what made you laugh like that.
Jinx, as you're sleeping, you roll over right as an arrow swings past you, and it barely misses your neck. You feel it faint
Barely misses
tickle.
my neck. Is that what you said?
Yes, it barely misses your neck. You roll over, and the arrow just barely misses your neck.
Fucking
Luckily,
fucking
I
lucky
hit.
feet.
Aurelia is nettled. I am
Wow.
so freaking nettled.
Fu, what's your AC?
16.
Or no. Ankel. What is Ankel's AC?
Oh, fuck. What is 16?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We have the same AC.
What
Yeah.
about Luna?
As you're sleeping, another arrow swings towards Ankel and goes wide, and luckily does not hit.
Thank God.
And
What about Luna?
there's no more arrows flying around, unfortunately. 3, 4. Yep. So it's been 5 arrows. Oh, come on.
I like how we still have the same. I like how the halfling is the same armor class as the Goliath barbarian.
And no,
You had the same armor class as me too.
and the funny part is that Aurelia is always the first one to either get downed or hurt. It never fails.
Like I said.
Well, the DM knows I can handle it.
I don't know, the
how
DM's trying to
read
kill
their
you.
targets, so they know
Oh,
who the weak
every
ones
single
are.
DM tries to kill me. It's not just Royce.
I'm just
Alright.
waiting for Aurelia to die and,
Alright, now
and
everyone, I
get
need
a new
everyone to roll
Goliath
for
barbarian or some sort of
initiative.
barbarian.
What you were saying? What were you saying?
Initiative.
Roll for initiative.
We need our
Oh,
icon.
We need our icons on the thing. Can you spawn the map?
I did not bring up
Initiative
the map.
is a +2. 15.
Just spawn them. Oh, I spawned them on the world map and then rolled.
DM,
Is it
I
15,
rolled a
Richie?
15. Yes.
Okay, and of course, the bandit tokens have disappeared. Lovely.
Dude, I was deep in sleep.
Look at that, a 25 on initiative.
All right, give
Nice.
me a few. Jesus, 25. Give me a few split seconds because for some reason my bandit tokens have disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Well, when you can, I rolled a 19, but I rolled a 19 on the other map, but I rolled
I'm
a
just
19.
waiting. I'm just waiting
got a
for
19, don't
which
worry.
one of us. I'm just waiting for which one of us is awake enough that we point at one of the bandits and just go, "All right, Jinx, practice."
Okay, with that, ooh, where did everyone go?
We're right here.
Yeah, we never left.
Yeah, we never left. We were all
The
we
ma-
were all good.
Every time I do this,
No, the map for.
the tail.
Aurelia got a 19. She's not on the list.
There's no
He's already been
bandits.
alerted.
Hold on, I gotta refresh. For some reason, the map made all of you disappear.
There's no bandits on the screen. Hooray, we win!
Yeah, I know. I'm having, of course.
Because they're hidden. We haven't found them yet.
Yes, that is it. Thank you, Dark God. Yes. I'm sorry, I gotta refresh because for some reason, there we go. For some reason, all of your icons and like the background was over top of all of you. I couldn't select it. So,
Good old Control F5 will fix that.
all right.
didn't do it.
One advertisement later.
Okay. With that, Lief, I'm gonna need you to make another perception check since you were pretty much first one to perceive that attack.
Revenue.
You scan around in the pitch dark, and you unfortunately are not able to make out your assailants. Okay, and you. Yeah, again, sorry, I gotta completely re-enter these guys because they disappeared. Thank you. Roll 20.
Oh, it is so creepy that I'm seeing like empty spaces, so I know he's doing something, but we don't get to see what it is.
Yeah, okay. And
Don't mind this sound. I'm just testing it out real quick.
It worked flawlessly.
okay.
Flawless victory.
Wrong game.
All right. With that, Ankel, you are the first to go, and all you hear is an alerted shout from Lief, and you feel a slight tickle.
What?
Ooh, I'm gonna freaking ready my bow.
Okay.
This is the moment you feel a tickle and you hear screaming, you get ready for a fight. So
Yeah, but isn't this the surprise round? So isn't all of our turns except Lief skipped?
I am very confident that the surprise round was the arrows.
Oh,
Yes.
right. Sorry, my mistake.
What the heck?
Leaf,
Why is a
Leaf dodged all the arrows because Leaf had alert.
They don't
Dude.
get two
All right,
surprise
there we go.
rounds.
There's Aurelia. For some reason, I kept adding the thief. And 19, you said, Darkon, right?
Correct.
Yep. Right, descending. So there we go. All right, so Uncle, you are readying your action. Do you want to move at all? Or?
I'm gonna stay here and shoot a thing.
Okay, you are presently on the.
What direction is Lief facing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess for
What direction is Lief facing?
That's up for Haley to Chibi to
Well, no,
decide.
okay, because I assume Lief is facing the direction where he saw the arrows come from,
or heard.
or heard.
You're looking in a vague direction. You're not.
I mean, I guess wherever.
Yeah, so
I guess whatever the direction that the arrow that about straight up hit him in the ear.
Okay. Keep in mind, who of you has dark vision?
Uncle does.
Okay. It is currently pitch black in the middle of the night. So,
I mean, I'm still
aside from
asleep, so I
Uncle,
don't give a shit.
unless anybody who has a means to illuminate the area or give yourself dark vision, none of you are able to see much except for the very faint outlines of the area immediately
Yeah.
around your car.
So
But
I
I'm
can
pretty-
see the things.
But I'm pretty sure that he would be able to tell, especially since it
you've got
felt knocked his ear off.
You can tell. Have fun explaining that to other
Yeah,
people who can't even see where you are.
It came from roughly in this direction, but again, you
So we
felt
don't have a campfire going right now? I thought we had a campfire.
you did, and then you went to sleep.
Oh, right.
I'm fairly certain if you're
out.
camping, you don't leave your campfire on when you're asleep.
Well, I mean, some do.
Do if you have somebody on watch.
Well, okay, it was an assumption on the DM's end. Campfire's out.
Then that's a poor person who's doing watch if they let the campfire go.
Yeah.
out.
Well, you also got to remember her perception did not roll high.
I was a 7.
Or someone put out the campfire
And of
with
course
bullshit.
Totally. All right,
That
attack.
one's probably the more likely.
One. And Leaf's AC is
Aurelia.
no Leaf.
What?
Leaf's AC is what?
16.
16.
Okay.
I thought you said the least AC.
No, Leaf's AC. Another arrow sears through the air and again barely misses your other ear. These guys do not have very good aim.
Okay.
In a different direction as opposed to last time. Jinx, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, let's see here. In that case, Jinx is going to.
I was never answered, so can I see anyone?
Oh shoot. I will tell you when your turn comes around.
Okay.
Okay. Hold up.
60 feet. Okay, yeah, you've got pretty much the entire area.
Okay, Jinx is going to cast Melf's minute meteors,
Okay.
and then take the ready action with her bonus action because she can use those. She can use the minute meteors on her bonus action, so that works, right? Like, I'm not crazy. As it says, on a bonus action, you can expend 1 or 2 of the meteors, sending them streaking towards a point or points you choose within 120 feet of you.
You use an action to cast the spell, and then as a bonus action, you can use one of those.
Yes, correct.
You can't take the ready action if you've used your action already, because the ready action takes your action to prepare something. So,
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just I'm gonna cast.
That's stupid. Okay, you can't take a ready action, but what are you preparing it for? Because a ready action is basically preparing for.
Okay, so basically, I'm using my action to cast the meteors.
Yeah.
The meteors, then my action takes the cast, and then as a bonus action, I can then start sending them flying at people. The thing is, though, is because I don't know where they are at, and I can't see where's what. That's why it's like, okay, so instead of immediately expending my bonus action, I just hold a couple of meteors ready, and if I can find out if I get an inkling of what direction the enemy's coming from, I can send a meteor or 2 flying in that direction.
Okay. Bonus action as on your turn, you're referring to a reaction. If you want, you can ready the spell where if you see someone, you can cast and use that spell. But it does not work on a reaction. It's a bonus action on your turn to do the meteors.
Okay,
but like I said, you can ready an action to throw a meteor at a person or an enemy if you have an idea of where they are.
Okay, that's basically it. As soon as I get any sort of inkling on where I feel like they are coming from, not necessarily actually seeing them, but if, say, an arrow strikes me, or gets close to striking me, and I know it almost strikes me, I'm gonna cast in that direction using my reaction. Does that work?
I'm gonna say, since it is pitch black, and just judging from the impact or the feeling of air against you, you do not have senses sharp enough to determine that just on gut instinct. You'd have to roll a perception roll to see if you determined where that came from.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cast the meteors and get those ready then, and
Okay.
And Wild Magic Surge goes off.
Oh God. Well, bye, Lief. You're
Please make it daytime. Wild Magic Surge.
Oh my God, that would be.
Well,
incredible.
there went our hit points.
Okay, just a moment. I need to determine the severity. Okay. And then D100. So an 8 and on 34. So, hold up, what's an 8? An 8 is moderate. Okay. 34. You gain the service of an arcane eye for 1 minute that does not require concentration.
Oh, come on! Really?
What does that mean?
We have free scouting. We have free invisible scouting now. Great.
I am now sending the arcane eye out.
You've already used your action to ready an action.
But moving the arcane eye, as far as I'm aware, doesn't actually require an action to move it.
I'll go bring up arcane eye. One moment.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, so let me just check and make sure.
Yeah, so
It doesn't use an action to move it, but it's here's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well,
Okay,
nope, there it is. As an action, you can move the eye up to 30
Okay,
feet
well,
each in any direction.
it spawns. You know what? It spawns 30 feet away from me then. In that case, so
Yeah.
we'll say 30 feet there. So arcane eye spawns there. Right there.
Somebody put something there. Draw a doodle.
Yeah.
Draw a doodle.
Draw an eyeball. Somebody draw the eyeball. I gotta
wait, hold on,
keep pinging so you know
There.
where it is. There.
There's the arcane eye.
Arcane eye does have dark vision for 30 feet.
All right, cool. So given that the arcane eye can see in 30 feet, so what do I see? Anyone in the trees?
30 feet.
Because currently my turn is not over. I have not ended it, and my bonus action
Since
is
no active perception roll is being made, and this doesn't say anything about its own perception, I'm gonna base this off your passive perception.
The perception is based off of theirs.
Yes.
Yeah. So since you're not doing an active perception roll, I'm doing a passive perception roll. Since you have a perception of passive perception is 8. You see some trees. You do not see anything else.
Okay. Wow, fucking godsend.
Aurelia, you've got an arrow in your left side, and it hurts like a son of a bitch.
If I recall, in response to me getting hit with an arrow and screaming, Fu scratched his belly.
No,
His
my
ass.
ass.
It was his ass.
Well, Aurelia's gonna go over to that ass and scream in his face and go and just shout,
You
"Wake
ready
up!
to survive the reflex test?
Wake up and go! I don't care if you punch me; it's gonna be worth it."
Okay. I'll
Okay.
free action to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Does Aurelia want to do anything else?
Aurelia goes over to Fu, basically bleeds on him and says, "Wake up and go," as the only instruction, and then uses a level 3 spell slot to cast haste on Fu. I don't care.
Okay.
Get in there.
All right.
She just shot speed right into his arm.
No, that's fucking crack.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Fu. You have 2 more AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws, and you have another action that you can use on your turn. Have fun.
I am now an AC class temporarily of 18.
Yes. You can use the other action to take another sword swing, or you can dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay. Another arrow flies out, this time aimed at Lief again. Goes right between your deer legs.
And these guys suck at shooting.
It is very dark.
Hush, you're asleep.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up in a rage, and I'm going to smack the shit out of Aurelia, who was just... Who was within reach and woke me the fuck up that way, and, that's just sheer reaction going.
No, that's fine. Are you
Okay,
punching me, or are you axe punching me?
Oh, I'm punching you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
I'm
believe
okay
when you're
with this.
raging, it's a 1d4 plus your strength modifier for unarmed attacks.
I'm okay with this.
That is
Actually,
a
no, you gotta make an
15
attack
plus
first.
7 is 22.
Yeah, that hits.
The number to beat was 10. You're good.
Yeah, roll a 1d4 plus 4 for your strength to determine how badly you suck. Aurelia, who's been shot. in the
He's
side.
raging, and he's using strength, so that would be the rage damage too. That'll be a plus 6.
Oh God. Who's gonna down a? Wait, no. Okay, no shit.
That
Let's read it now.
is-
Just a second.
Okay, that's 10 damage because I rolled a 4.
Oh wait, actually I didn't kind of think this through because now I have to do concentration saves.
Yeah, and you've also taken 10 bludgeoning damage as he just clocks you in the side of your jaw, and you see stars. Not in the sky.
Stars.
Stars.
What you gonna do when Fu Mania runs wild?
Okay.
Fumania is still hasted.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
I
been,
know
uh,
numbers.
whoa, that's been one-
What's going on? Oh, I don't have dark vision. I don't know what's been going on. All I know is I got woken up. I accidentally smacked Aurelia. I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry.
The only thing that Aurelia,
That's my turn.
Aurelia tried to get you to just start running. That was the whole point of wake up and go. I expected you to just YOLO into the forest or whatever happened.
Fu is just very confused.
Oh well.
Fu doesn't know what to attack.
How much was it
accidentally
again?
attacked you.
How much was
you
it
took
again?
10 points of
10
bludgeoning
damage.
damage.
Ow.
Ow! It
Guess
hurts.
next time you won't wait. Guess next time you won't wake a sleeping giant.
No, you're just
No,
gonna
you're just gonna get a firebolt from a safe distance.
Oh, and that'll be the moment. That'll be the moment that Fu crushes Jinx.
If it wasn't, why would you crush Jinx? You would crush me. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to use my spell of haste.
Because if it's fire, Fu automatically thinks it's Jinx.
Okay,
Hilarious.
real quick. So is Fu doing anything? Is he moving?
No, that's it. Fu is just dazed and confused at this.
Dazed, confused, and on speed.
So yeah, your heart is pounding, and you have no idea what's going on, and you're just like,
I'm raged, I'm hasted, I can't see jack shit because somebody put the fire out.
No, nobody put the fire out. It put itself out.
Actually, yeah, that makes much more sense, Haley. Thank you.
Jinx
All right.
fixed the fire.
No,
It makes
it
no
wasn't.
sense
It
at
wasn't
all
Lief
if
that
you-
put the fire out. It was the fire that put the fire out.
No,
Fire's
That's
own worst enemy.
That literally happens.
yes, but not this early. Anyway.
Well,
Never
we don't know
mind.
time of frame of how long Ankel was on watch.
Anyway. So Fu's just gonna sit around because he doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't been attacked and he can't see shit.
Yeah, you can just barely see Aurelia in front of you from the ambient light of the moon and the stars above. All right.
Yeah.
Fu's turn's done.
Yep. I
Lief,
can't do
another-
nothing. If you're expecting Fu to do stuff, you're shit out of
Well,
luck.
I just didn't want to end your turn without making sure that you've done everything.
Oh no,
you
no,
wanted
no,
to.
no! I'm telling everybody else in the group.
Okay. All right. Lief, another arrow swings for you, and this time it smacks you right in your right flank.
Alright.
Oh shit.
Okay. You gonna tell me the damage I received or no?
I am rolling that. Have patience, milady.
Well, I kind of figured you already done it. So.
Nope, 5 points of piercing damage. And that's pretty much it for his turn.
38.
Or her turn. And it is your turn.
38.
Lief.
All right.
Alright, well, I don't know what's going. I can't see anything. I mean, other than where this general area where this arrow came from.
Indeed.
Oh, you know what you could do? You know what you could do?
Anthony, we have a
How
problem.
did you? Excuse me, just a second.
Cat issues.
Oh, this. Just a second.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Leafy, why? Why? Leafy,
That doesn't sound good.
why, Leafy? Now we have to get the screen replaced.
Yeah.
No!
Did your cat shoot an arrow at the screen?
She started crawling into the closed window,
No,
and I had to pull her out.
we have the window open, one side open, and she like went in between the screen of the window and she literally ruined our screen. Now we gotta get it replaced.
Damn it. Darkon, I blame you for this.
I was shot and then punched, and the punch hurt more. By the way, Fu, you punching me hurt me more than getting hit with an arrow. I love that.
Guess next time you won't fuck with the giant. That's all I'm saying, man.
Light the campfire. Use your thing.
Hold on a second.
Gives us some vision.
It's
There-
food craft, right?
Yeah.
Too late. We're snuff out of candle. Torch. There's no campfire. Alright, I guess I'm going to use my cantrip druidcraft.
Okay.
Basically, I can instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm going to do is light the campfire.
All right. You light the campfire and it crackles to life. Roughly 5 feet around it is bright light, and 5 feet beyond that is dim light.
Alright, well, at least now people can see. So.
All right. Are you wanting to move? Because that's your action, but you do have a bonus action.
Yeah, probably. I guess, like, should I move? What do you think? Should I move closer or? Okay. Well, I was not entirely sure if I want to move like closer to the group or farther away. Eesh.
Oof.
I guess I'll just like move here, I guess. At least I'm like closer to the fire, but or fuck, I don't know.
Buddy.
I'm so bad at this shit. I don't know what's a good decision to make or not. Oh,
That's rough, buddy.
fuck you. Do you think I should move closer to the fire now? Or closer to the group or no? Because I was here.
I'd get to some tree cover.
Right. That depends. Can I? Oh no, I could definitely reach it. He's right. That's a better decision.
Okay. So you're just walking like to the front of the tree?
No, I'm like kind of behind it. It doesn't look like I'm behind it, does it?
So like, okay, hold on. Like I hear that. So like, behind it, like right here, or like behind it, like right there.
I guess like where I could still see, but I'm like, you
Okay.
know, kind of hiding behind it.
As you run to the tree, you feel something collide with the front of you. You just oh fuck shit.
No!
Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
And yeah, you know this. There's a dude there.
There's-
Little
big dude.
there's-
Jesus.
Oh god, that's
Yeah,
a,
little There, no, he's
I
not
was
big
about
as
to say,
small.
That's a huge dude.
That's a big bitch.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
no.
a good thing that shit. I never did pick out what my weapons would fuck.
Well, you've used your action.
know how big I
do
am.
have
Oh.
Action surge if you want to use that.
That's true.
Shit. I never picked out what weapon
We already have them in your thing.
No, we used that as a placeholder. That wasn't actually what
No,
I had.
in your macros. We have them in your macros.
Okay. Well, I never picked a weapon, is what I'm saying.
They're in your macros, like I said. The weapon's already been picked. You picked
Okay.
it. You just don't remember.
But
No, I'm very certain.
I
that me and
made
Darkon
the
talked about
I made the macro applicable to all dice types, so it actually doesn't matter what weapon she picks. Just pick the correct dice type.
Okay. Well, I guess I will use
Action surge.
Action surge then.
All right. Keep in mind, if you're making a bow attack, you are within 5 feet of this guy, so it will be a disadvantage unless you're using a melee.
No, I think I'm gonna use a handed a weapon. Like.
What kind of weapon?
Click your attack.
Is it a
Or hit.
pokey weapon?
Or hold up. Hit
No,
cancel.
it's a tag, not hit.
Hit attack. Just a second. No.
I will say you only shows you have 2 hand axes in your inventory.
She's
I have.
using a sword.
Long
that
sword,
was-
short sword.
See, I told you guys I never picked one because it kind of like got put in the back.
Okay,
That's
if it's a
the
sword,
thing.
I'll just say it's a long sword.
Huh? What was that, Royce?
If it's a sword, if it's let's just have it be a long sword.
Alright,
Alright.
it's happened.
All right.
The long sword dice, if she's two-handing it because she can, because there's no reason that she wouldn't. D10, if D10's an option. And if not, just go with the D8, who cares?
No. Ooh. So does that
Swing your
hit?
sword. You swing your sword down, and and your blade meets purchase right along this armored figure's right to the left of his right
The
collarbone.
left of the right of his left.
Yeah. You hear a sharp hiss, ah! And your sword does pierce through what looks to be the armor that he's currently wearing. Roll for damage.
Attack, right?
Yep. Attack. No crit. Sword.
Seven damage.
And you get an extra attack, so you get to do it again.
Do I have to push it?
Get
You have
the whole
to-
thing again.
Yeah, do roll for it.
And also, you're so close to him, you're not at disadvantage because of the darkness.
Does that hit?
That does, yes. Roll for damage.
Wow.
Fucking.
Again.
That's good, you know?
Yeah, but god dang, that happens to me quite fucking often.
You drive the pointed sword into his collarbone, and then you swing it to the side, right into his side. And he lets out a kind of a gurgle. Definitely is. He's definitely hurting. All right, next turn. It is Luna's turn. Waking up to this rather abrupt situation, not really being able to see anything, she raises her hand in the air and places down upon the cart, and uses the cantrip Light.
Oh boy.
20 feet of bright light, which is the green sphere, and 20 feet of dim light, which is the yellow sphere. The cart is currently glowing with a pleasant yellowish hue, illuminating the area around you.
I was gonna do that on Foo's. Well, I probably still can, because that'll be
And
30. Is it 30-30?
what do you mean?
Okay.
For 30-30 for what?
I have it, so I can just look at it again. Oh no, it's 20-20. Okay.
Yeah, 20 feet bright, 20 feet dim.
Okay.
After the bright.
Well, Foo could still help from my thing then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you definitely see this guy and
Which guy?
this guy. You definitely see this guy now. The dim light plus, Lief hacking into him. You definitely see that guy. And come on. There we go. And you see this guy. Yeah, with that,
Oh,
that's
okay.
pretty much-
So now Jinx's reaction kicks in.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because you can see something.
Make your cast.
And 2 meteors are going right at that guy. So
Oh my god, please don't kill me.
no, not
Oh,
this guy.
Okay.
This guy.
Okay, good. You know what? I didn't actually see that guy because my
All right, so-
icon was covering it.
He needs to do a DC dexterity saving throw.
What's your DC?
He needs to beat 15. Excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. Oh
That's-
man.
You need a few moments?
No, I'm alright.
Okay. That's a 10. That's a no.
All right.
Snake eyes.
And all right, so he needs to roll twice. I forgot. Or
Right.
well, yeah, does he? Because yeah,
It's for
two
each
different
meteor. And he makes that one with a 19. So first meteor, well, where are you
2
aiming?
damage.
him?
The next
Right-
one 5 damage.
Okay, I'm guessing you're aiming right at him.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, first one clocked him straight in the chest. Second one he manages to, after hitting it in the chest, just barely dodge out, but it's still the subsequent explosion at his feet does still give him a good singeing. That was 2 damage and 10 damage, half to 5, so 7 damage. Wow, you guys in the 7s. All right,
Check it out.
and this guy's turn, or girl. One. Okay. And Jinx, with an 18, and more than likely matches your AC. Do you have anything that you can do to increase your AC?
Yeah, just a moment. Oh no, because I already used my reaction, so no.
That's fair enough. All right. With that, 8. Oof, that's a full 11 damage, 11 points of piercing damage as an arrow flies right into your sternum. This does the max damage roll too. All right, Uncle.
All right, so what can I see with my dark vision?
Your dark vision, pretty much.
Can I see more than what they can see?
You can see pretty much clear to this, clear to here. Oh, Lord Puff.
Is there
So,
any
pretty
other
much
enemies I
here.
should know about?
Well, not unless you make if you want to look for enemies, you can.
Would that count as my action?
Yes. Because you're taking an action to perceive and scan the area with detail. I apologize for Puffy's being a dick.
Aw,
I'm
Puff.
gonna shoot at this guy.
Alright, make your attack.
Do I roll to hit?
Yeah, make an attack roll.
All right. Yeah, so it's standard because I have no advantage.
Yeah, that hits.
Nice standard.
Oh,
Lief is it?
come on.
Lief in 5 range, sneak attack.
Oh, do I get sneak attack?
Yes,
Yeah,
Lief
'cause
is
it's
it,
an enemy within
there
5
is an enemy of your enemy within 5 feet.
Cool.
Nasty. Ooh.
End him.
Let loose an arrow and it just nails him straight in the eyes. He's got a hood on and a mask on, but you just nail it right where you see this whitish flesh, and he just goes down.
Uncle's
You can see
getting
right-
really good with that bow.
Yeah. He is KO'd. All right.
Uncle's just gonna go, don't worry, I got you.
Jinx slips into Infernal and yells, "I am tired of things penetrating me!"
Oh, that was the wrong.
Unfortunately, do not get much of a
Phrasing.
response.
Phrasing. Phrasing.
Let's see.
Look at.
All right. Lief, that hits you with a 19, so that hits. And he's got a friend nearby. Oh god, I totally whiffed that. Ignore that.
What?
3?
Ignore that 3. You see nothing.
I see 3. I
No,
see
you don't.
that.
That is
Yes,
a
I
figment
do.
of your imagination. Okay. Arrow flies through and actually smacks you right on your human back, your human portion of your back, and does 11 points of piercing damage.
God, another full damage one? Jesus.
No, that's sneak attack.
Hmm.
Yep. Jinx, you go.
Does Jinx see where that arrow might have flown from with the help of either her normal senses or the arcane eye?
No, as I've said, with these attacks, from where they're flying from, even with your passive perception, it's not going to be enough to spot that unless you know, specifically dedicate an action to perceive the area. Then yeah, you can have a chance to determine where that came from.
Okay.
Because you're pausing and figuring, okay, it came from here. Where was that?
Okay. So on Jinx's turn, she is going to cast Witch Bolt using Tides of Chaos to give her advantage.
I love how Buddy Friend like shuffled when you said Tides of Chaos.
Well, no, I was shrinking him down because he's still kind of Mr. Biggie Smalls.
That's an insult to Biggie.
So, do either of those hit?
Let me check. Yep.
All right.
Sphere of chaotic energy welling up inside your hand. Like a weird evil god's loogie.
11 damage, and I also
Damage type.
Hmm?
Oh, that's
Oh.
no, never mind. Wait, is that or Witch Bolt?
It's
No,
Witch Bolt. Yeah. They take lightning damage.
Okay, lightning damage.
Yeah.
All right.
And does... Nope, it does not go off.
He
And
is...
then... then, I'm sorry, what happens to him?
Oh, he's just very hurt. The bolt of energy sears through the air and basically gets him in the gut, and it burns some of the armor. You smell burning leather.
All right, and then I use my bonus action to send 2 mini meteors at him.
Okay.
So 2 more dex saves.
And DC 15, right?
Yeah, for both.
Yeah.
All right, makes 1, fails 1.
All right, so he takes 2 and 10, so 12 with a total.
Yep, he is consumed in a conflagration of fire and violence. You just hear "Wah!" and no more. The eternal
Fucking
nap
A.
time.
As far
Do you want to move anywhere?
Yeah. So Jinx just proclaims "fucking A" and then moves over down. Yeah.
Alright. Aurelia, you've been shot and you've been punched, and you've given your friend speed and meth.
And now I'm going to give a friend a touch on the axe that makes it also light, just like the card is. Cast light on Fu's axe. So now Fu can go smack things and flush them out. And then Aurelia is going to hide pretty much between whatever this little bush thing is and the shed. The cart.
The cart.
And cry for a bit.
Alright.
So congratulations,
Fu.
Fu. You can now flush them out with Imputee. Go!
Alright. And this guy or girl's turn. Jinx's AC is 12. Oof. That misses.
Damn straight.
Yeah. Alright. He's dead. Fu, your turn.
Start charging out into the darkness.
Everything is light. Well, most of the area is light.
And your axe is now illuminating light, so you can just run. Uh-oh. Richie?
Uh-oh. Richie,
Rip.
step away.
He might have.
When did he say he was?
I didn't hear anything, and he didn't type anything.
He didn't fall asleep, did he? 'Cause I remember him saying he was tired.
I am giving a 1 minute time frame.
Let me call his
and
phone.
Please.
Because I remember him saying that he was tired, so
I can
phone.
hear,
Alright.
I can hear
Alright.
the phone on Richie's end. That's funny.
I thought that was him freaking out.
That was me knocking my mic over on accident.
No, I literally thought it was him freaking out because of the phone. Leafy, get down.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna jump out of the call and I'm gonna call him privately because I know that will make his computer ring.
Okay. On the note, guy needs to take a pee real quick as it's an emergency.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
Advertisement break.
Yep, I just played the ad. All right.
What the hell?
You're back.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Everyone starts coming back when he finally like is up and moving and talking.
Okay, I'm back. What did I miss?
Richie came back.
Yeah, he fell asleep. He'll be here. He is.
Hi.
There's a sleepy boy. Sorry, wasn't exciting for you, Richie. It's your turn.
Dude, this is the time that I've been falling asleep for the last 3 days, so that's half of it. Just
Your axe is now glowing, brilliant light. You're
God.
good to go ham.
How far can I see?
You see where the yellow line is? That's dim light. You can see that far. There's 2 guys who have been revealed, and they are both dead.
And as you move, your light will follow you, giving you another 40 feet of illumination.
Yeah, Leaf.
Your axe is the light now.
That's
Leaf
nice. Do I
literally
have
ran in.
any idea? Do I have any idea where the next one is?
Nope.
Okay, well,
These guys
Jinx
will
is
really
gonna
want
move
yourself.
over and act as a protective barrier for Luna. Or not Jinx, but Fu. Fu is gonna act as a protective barrier for Luna. And
Fu lifts Jinx up in front of Luna.
yes, that would be hilarious, but no.
Okay, so that'll give her half cover.
And that's his turn because he doesn't know where anything is.
You can take the defensive action to give attacks on your disadvantage, or cancel out their advantage.
Okay, then I do that.
Okay.
Giving me light
Yeah.
does not suddenly give me insight into where the enemy is.
Yeah, but it would
I
illuminate
was
them.
I was hoping that you being hyped on haste speed, you would just YOLO into the forest and whatever happened happened.
I know you're.
Unfortunately, Fu is more wise than I gave him credit for.
I know you are very much used to a certain level of intelligence, but you have to double that to equal mine. So no,
Okay.
I are not Jinx.
Fu is protecting Luna. Lief, it is your turn.
Well,
What happened to Fu in the turn order?
even though I'm over here in this tree, which obviously someone's still being able to shoot at me, so he's gotta be.
Probably somewhere like here or something.
If he was there, you would have seen him in the bright light.
All right. Well, then he's
If
got
he's
it.
shooting it with arrows, that would be way too close.
Yeah. So
That would be a
he's got to
disadvantage.
be over in this area.
Possibly.
So I was kind of hoping that Fu would, now that his axe is glowing or whatever,
Well, given the context of the situation, he's acting appropriately.
Yep.
Or how he deems fit.
And he now has the ability to go out with impudity when he sees the target.
Yep.
Just throw your axe, damn it!
I feel like it's that point. Okay, did Leaf have a general idea of where the last arrow that hit him came from?
No. Like I said, if you want to try and find out where the last arrow hit you, you'll have to choose to make a perception check. Because it's such a quick motion, unless you focus on it, it's not going to be enough to find out where it came from.
Okay.
Are you taking?
Yeah.
Damn. that arrow came from that direction.
So all the way over here. Got it.
Called out. Called out so everyone else knows.
So in this area, like
In that direction. I'm not in the area,
well,
but in
I
that
mean,
direction.
like yeah, in this direction. That's
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Shit, I need to. Yeah, this doesn't really help, does it? Alright, well, I guess, Lief tells everyone that the last arrow that hit him came from
This general area.
this general area.
Well, and beyond the yellow radius, it's still dark, but that gives you a general idea. So if you want to make an attack roll, you can in that area. Or if you want to, do a spell, gives you a better idea. So if you do make an attack roll, be it ranged or such, it will be a disadvantage. But now you've got a general vector, so it gives you a good idea to, kind of focus and hone in on.
I think that's Leaf's turn.
All right. Well, did you want to move at all or no? Because you currently have your longsword pulled out.
Yeah, I would take your bow out.
And just for reference, when it comes to like changing weapons and such, I'll let that be. That's a bonus action, no problem. I can't recall if it's like some places say it's an action, but yeah.
Some it depends on the DM.
It's supposed to be a whatever for a single object interaction, but if it's something big, it's supposed to be an action.
All right. Well, moot bonus action. So you're switching to your bow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still taking cover behind the tree? Because you've got a good idea of where the arrow came from now. General idea.
Now I'm trying to think of like what would be like best if I should hide Leaf more here, like
You can.
more tree cover, or keep him where he's at. I don't.
I'll say either area. If you're standing behind a tree, it'll give you half cover. So I think that increases your AC by 5.
I think 3 floors is 5. It should be 2.
Okay. Well, 2, but yeah, you'll be harder to hit essentially.
Well, I guess he'll. I mean, either way, I guess he'll move behind these trees
Okay.
and
Alrighty.
more cover, I guess.
Okay. With that, Luna's turn once more. Luna, watching you point in that general direction, quickly hops off the cart. Let me try something. It's right around here. Oh no, wait, shoot. Well, she's not glowing, but yeah. And this is in that general direction. Again, she's not illuminated. That was meant to be the cart. Apologies. And she extends her hands out, and in that general direction, casts Cone of Cold. 5th level, so... And you see... That is a 3. No, sir. Fuck. See this massive cone of just icy shards shoot up from her hand, flash freezing a good amount of the trees in front of him, and you just hear a dull thud in the distance.
Oh.
And he is dead.
Oof.
Yeah, just FYI, I did that. It wasn't like an ex machina. I rolled dice to determine, like,
Yeah.
in a grid.
I trust you for that.
Okay. I'm not even gonna uncover you. You're dead. All right, that is her movement here, and these are 30 feet, and she's just gonna move right back here. Yeah. All right, and with that, you are not dead. This guy rolled terribly on his initiative.
Oh my god, you're not dead. Congratulations. A winner is you.
Or the
Ankel.
loser.
Whichever one you feel like
Arrows.
being at that particular time. I won't kink shame.
Uncle, son.
Yes.
Arrow flies out of the trees and smacks you right in the chest for
Oh.
Who?
Uncle.
Oh.
9 piercing. Rolled a 21.
Okay, we're doing this then. Okay. You said 9?
Yep. And it is your turn. Lief pointed out in the rough direction where he believed he'd been shot. Luna marched forward, cast a cone of cold. Something hit the ground.
All right.
What's your perception at?
My perception is a 6 plus 6.
Passive perception is a 16, but yeah, plus 6 to your perception. So you got pretty good passive perception.
Yes, but I need to know where these people are so I can shoot them.
Well,
So
I mean,
take a perception check and see where the arrow came from.
Yeah,
and
you've
pull it
got.
out.
You can see like out to here in like a cone, 60 feet. So,
All right.
if you want, it'll be your action to make a perception roll, but you can like a pretty good chunk of this clearing or area as you scan the black and white nature
Oh
around.
shit.
well, fuck.
You scan around, and unfortunately, you're not able to glean out anything from the your surroundings. Want to move at all?
Well, I mean, they know where I am, so I'm gonna move over here.
I believe. Can't you take a bonus action to like hide and such?
He's a rogue.
Which I will do.
If you want to take a hide action, roll stealth with disadvantage since you are in bright light.
All right. Wait, how do I roll with disadvantage?
Roll 2d20. What is it, Darkon? 2d20 minus d1, or that one. Keep lows.
Keep lows.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
I'm just gonna copy this and then.
Yep.
Yeah, / roll. That's what I do. Because Darkon is a wealth of knowledge.
Balls.
Oh, you squat behind the bush and you feel like you've hidden yourself pretty well.
I tried.
Only would have taken the 19.
Hey. Should I can't. You're dead. Off the turn order. Jinx, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to use my action to move this into this area and look around because it does have dark vision.
Okay, make a perception check.
Right,
-2.
damn.
Fuck. Oh, no!
Oh, that's a D100. Whoops. let me try again.
You briefly see through the veil of reality and notice that you are nothing more than a pawn in a game.
You realize that
But what if-
small
but what if your eyes aren't
the small
real?
girl wizard is voiced by a man.
It's a 3.
Dude, I cannot get above a fucking 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't say anything in the black and white area that I can see.
Are these dice weighted?
Aurelia.
Well, the dice is a laser beam in some place somewhere, so is the laser beam weighted?
Yep.
I guess I have to start adding to the where the shit is the enemy gravy train.
You killed 2 for sure.
Jesus
God.
Christ!
We're gonna need some help, Royce.
Go out there, take
Damn
your
it.
axe, and start killing things!
Well, the fact that she
You don't
moved
see
forward,
anything.
Fu has to move forward, and hopefully that'll make things better.
Did Richie fall asleep again, or is he still here?
I'm still here, but
Okay.
I'm on the precipice of falling asleep.
Okay.
I feel like after this fight.
It's not you, it's about time of day and the fact that I haven't got my body on a better sleep schedule yet.
Fair enough.
I need
Well,
to,
we'll take a-
I need to
after this
haste
fight-
Richie at this point.
After this fight resolves, we'll take a break and
And I'll go to bed. Dude, I'm not staying. My body's not letting me stay up any longer.
Okay, then I will go ahead and play, control Fu in your stead. Okay.
Fu is basically useless for this fight.
Until we see someone, and then you can dash YOLO action into his haste face and then kill him.
Darkon, is Aurelia moving at all?
No. Aurelia
Okay.
stays here by the cart, safe.
The Card of Light. All right, this dude or girl. Yeah, you guys are feeling what I was feeling last game.
So this is what ambushes feel like. Fuck.
I don't have rage, by the way. Like, that's gone.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you woke up with a rage?
Yeah, but he has to constantly
but
be in
it's-
combat to keep
But
it.
I have to constantly be doing
That's
stuff, and I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Like, last turn, I lost it because I was neither attacking nor
Right,
was
right,
I
right.
attacked.
I remember it stays active for a minute if you keep. Yeah, right. Okay. Uncle. 16, Uncle, does that hit?
I don't have the thing that gives rage that lets me keep my rage. There's
Gotcha.
a feat of some sort
Yeah,
that lets
that's
me maintain
many
rage.
levels down.
Yeah.
Carson?
Hmm.
16, attacking Uncle.
Oh god.
Did I get skipped because we suddenly jumped over Lief?
Yeah, I don't see him on the turn order anymore, and I'm wondering what
Oh,
that
what the
was
heck?
about.
Oh, that's okay. That's a sign.
Just a sign. It's over.
Sign
No,
for me to close
no.
my eyes and just go.
Dear God,
Richie,
I'm
what
at
were you-
3 health, guys. I'm
I
at.
will slip into that deep beyond.
Richie, what you rolled, like a 16, did you say?
Oh
19?
no, your uncle buddy friend just got almost mortally wounded. What do you do when you see
No,
that?
no,
Go.
Carson, that was a 16 to hit. Did it
Oh, okay.
hit?
I was about to say.
No,
What?
no, they're not doing 16 damage.
Okay, I was about to say. Dear God.
I am at a 15
Scared me.
in the turn order.
Sorry, it
Uh,
zoned out for a second.
Does that hit?
I have a 16 armor class.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, it does hit. Apologies if this is kind of slacking for you guys.
I have a. I'm zoned out a little bit, so I apologize.
All right, 4 damage.
I am not
Okay,
zoned
that's
out, but I am
better.
currently pinned.
Okay.
At least I'm not in a dire. At least I'm not like Aurelia, who's completely useless in this fight and is dying quickly.
Okay, you.
Bruh.
Shots fired.
Foo's currently only
Dude,
Foo's currently doing his job of being a bodyguard. Huh?
Aurelia is doing everything she can to make Fu the answer to it, but Fu won't go out or throw his axe, so we have more sight. So it's like we're stuck.
Oh, I should have thought of that. I should have done it on one of like his hand axes, and then he could toss it. Oh, I didn't think of that. No, I did it to his main axe. He's not gonna chuck that thing.
I'm not gonna toss my great axe, dude. That's
Oh no, that's
Okay.
my fault. I didn't think that through.
not happening. let's go ahead and dissect this really quickly. The guy that can't see for shit and doesn't know where any of the enemies are.
Right now.
Yeah, but I can't see any enemies that aren't dead.
Okay.
You
Um,
can walk out there and it follows you.
Eliminate them.
He's a murderer, not a
This is
scout.
later.
Yeah. I don't know where anything is.
Damn
guys.
fight over with.
Well, at the very least, you can walk forward enough to be the bodyguard for our client again.
Essentially, I hold my turn until I can see the enemy. As soon as I see the enemy, I'm charging and attacking.
Well, I guess Lief needs to just go bump into somebody
Okay, if you're
so
holding
that
your-
they can be seen.
If you're holding your action, you can either choose to
That
dash.
literally happened
Or
last
I'm going to.
attack.
Okay, here's the thing. I'll walk up to where the fire is.
Okay.
Move me there.
Okay.
Any better?
Do you want to make a perception check?
Sure.
If you're not attacking, you've got an action to do a number of things. So, let me know what you roll.
What is my perception?
You get a decent wisdom, so
+4, so that's 11.
11. Fortunately, don't see anything.
There you go.
Fuck, sorry guys.
So
You're not making bad rolls. Lief. Oops. All right. Lief, your turn.
Are you okay, DM? Are you alright?
Yeah, I just got angry at my microphone and decided to punch it.
Just go bump into
Oh.
something, Leaf.
Yeah, I just need to go walk out and bump
Jesus.
into something again.
Just take the dash action, go over to here, and just barrel into
Yeah,
the
but
fucking
that's
trees.
well, that's right. She took care of that one. So
With the dash, you've got 80 feet of movement.
You could take a lap around this place.
Yeah, because let's see, this is only like what, like 50 feet? So, yeah.
yeah, but that means I'd have to put away my bow again and take out my sword.
Where's Chikate Khan when you need him? 420 feet of movement at a brisk pace.
Hmm.
Well, this has definitely been a strike of the bad rolls so far.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I rolled fine.
Now for perception. You, oh yeah, that's right, you rolled a 3.
Sorry, I've been in and out, so all I heard was that it was all my fault.
No.
Not throwing blame around, please. Want to discuss this, we can do that after the session. Focus on the game, please. This is friendship building. Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Don't you? This is a Christian server. Don't you pull that kind of crap here?
Out
Darkon,
of
aren't you
respect
Christian?
for Darkon, I'm not gonna reply.
Blah, 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 blah.
Aren't you
Alright.
Christian?
Well, this makes me really wish that I was playing Ellie right now, so I could just be like, nuke everything.
Ellie would just nuke the whole forest, though.
Ellie, everything gets drowned.
I can't see the enemy. Okay, tsunami.
God damn. Seriously. Fucking tsunami. You know what? Fine. You know what? I'm just gonna.
Well, considering that we have dim light here and we still can't see anything, it's either here, they're either hiding behind these, or they're here. We have 3 spots to pick from. You have
Okay.
80 foot of you have 80 foot
Alright,
of movement.
well, he's
Have fun.
Okay, he's going to put away his bow, get out a sword again, and he is going to go over here. He's gonna try to bump into something.
Okay. You charge over there and you bump into air.
All right, you
Alright.
have 30 feet of movement left.
Alright.
So,
Also,
boom.
keep in mind, dim light does not immediately ruin stealth. Just infers disadvantage on it. I believe.
Alright, well, he's gonna move down here then. Does he bump anything while he's down here?
Nope, in that thrusting walking motion, he does not manage to bump into anything. You can make a perception check if you want.
Yeah.
Well,
Like right
Jesus,
now, that's the main prerogative. Is
Are they in the sky? Jesus.
no, I'm sorry, but it's like they rolled decently with their stealth, and your perception rolls have been poor. I'm sorry.
We haven't gotten above.
What is with this 11?
We haven't gotten a level of an 11.
This 11 is haunting us.
We haven't gotten above a goddamn 12.
No,
I'm
did,
sorry,
like,
guys.
what?
Dude, like, I'm getting ready to fireball everything.
Oh, I was actually gonna suggest just fireball the corner and end this.
Yeah, I'm done fucking around. As soon as Jinx rolls around, I'm fireballing everything.
Well, fortunate for you, it looks like someone has a like mind. Let's see. Yeah, she does have it.
Well, if she can just
Yeah,
not
Luna's
so
gonna
subtly kill the last guy, just do it.
Oh no, Luna's frightened, so she heard she heard Lief say that someone was over here, so gonna go ahead and cast a fireball right
Well, see,
here.
I thought she took care of that one. So
Took care of
you-
something. We don't know if she
Yeah,
took
she
care
does-
of all.
Yeah, a body hasn't been found, so she doesn't know if there's there's more than one person lying there. Fireball is 20-foot radius. It's not a measuring tool. Oh. right. And when I'm patient, I apologize. I will try to go quicker. Fail.
No, you're fine.
And 86. $29 damage. Brilliant explosion of fire erupts in this corner, and you hear a shrill scream of agony.
Okay.
30 seconds pass. 1 minute passes. 2 minutes pass. Or as you can tell, 5 minutes pass. Nothing else seems to be occurring.
If a minute passed and there would be nothing, I think we would be flushing out the forest and looking at it.
Haste is worn off, right?
If it's past a minute, then yes.
Oh, buddy, he's feeling those effects.
When haste wears off, you cannot move or take actions on your next turn as a wave of lethargy sweeps over you. Fu is now, for that at least one turn, exactly how you're feeling in real life.
So 6 seconds, essentially.
Good to know.
Like a boo. Well, your assailants have either fled or they're all dead.
Okay.
In hindsight, we probably should have. In hindsight, we probably should have all booked it to the bottom forest and then worked our way around instead of just sitting in one spot.
Fu is tending to the fire, and he's gonna go ahead and take watch. Everybody else go to sleep.
Okay, I'll say just to save time because we've kind of been a little long in this encounter. You managed to
says that to everybody.
Yeah, you managed to find the assailants. Bip, 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 bip.
Well,
and they seem to be your regular run-of-the-mill highwaymen, except they have the gear is not shoddy. It's actually well cared for.
Really, he's gonna go over and start kicking the dead corpses repeatedly like a crazy person.
They do not fight back.
Good.
All right. With that, Luna takes a breath. Well, that was exciting. We won, didn't we? Yay!
No one died.
She's currently breathing very heavily as she is on a bit of an adrenaline high.
Fu was sitting in front of the fire with his axe, not saying a word. He's actually kind of pissed that he didn't get to kill it.
Fu, the only one that's pissed because no, he didn't get to kill anyone.
Well, with that, the excitement slowly draining. Unless there's anything else that y'all want to do, I'm assuming by default you're searching the bodies and stripping of valuables. Correct, right?
I would guess.
That would be the standard fare after total victory.
You get 3 sets of studded leather armor. The 4th set, because he was struck with meteors and lightning, or chaos bolt of lightning, armor is badly damaged, but could possibly be repaired. You get a roughly 70 gold, 50 silver, and 70 copper.
Jinx walks up to Aurelia and goes, "Teacher, do you know any necromancy?"
Not at the moment, no. Why?
Go to sleep.
Because I wanted you to bring them back to life so I could kill them again!
No.
Oh, by the way, Jinx, you feel a tingling on your wrist, above your wrist, and you see one of those marks on your wrist is glowing.
Just one?
Yep, just one.
Okay.
It's probably not a good thing.
No,
Feel
it's a good thing.
Feel the faint recollection that you felt that tingle right as you killed the assailant who that you fought. You've shot the chaos bolt at. All right, so yeah, 70 gold, 50 silver, 70 copper, 3 sets of leather armor,
A partridge in a pear tree.
studded leather armor, one ruined leather studded armor, one ruined leather studded armor, 4 short swords, 4 daggers, and 4 short bows. And with that, corpses are pretty much picked clean.
It would be like survival, right? Leaf's gonna go out and see if he can find anything. It would be survival or medical.
To
Go
do
out and
what?
find like herbs or whatever.
Survival.
Survival?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure. Looking through nature to get things to survive or better yourself.
I can't. Oh, okay.
No. It takes you roughly an hour of searching because of the low light, but you do eventually manage to find some herbs that...
Well, I was gonna say if he even rolled anything high, he was gonna ask Ankel for his lantern, but.
Well, I mean, that was more just a time frame. I mean, you've got plenty of time. It's not like you're in a rush for anything, but so yeah, it takes just like a long time of an hour, but you do manage to find a good amount of decent herbs that, you know, if given some time, like a medicine check, you could make a basic, like, temporary poultice.
All right, so I need to make a medicine check then.
What are you doing it to prepare the poultice, or if so, what were you going to use it for?
It was basically just who all was kind of like Aurelia, you know, people that were shot at, you know, like.
I'll say that you find enough herbs to make 2 doses of a healing poultice that heals 1d4 hit points.
You don't want me to roll on that, or just?
Oh, roll a medicine check, because that's essentially to determine how long it takes.
Question before we get into this.
Yep.
If everybody's going back to sleep and continuing their long rest, would they get their health points? Would they get their HP restored anyway?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's good.
This
narrative.
is like this is kind of more of a like sort of roleplay purposes.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like, oh, these people were just shot by arrows, especially Ankel in the chest. Let me use herbs to mend this.
I rolled a 14 for perception for the final watch.
All right, does anyone want to assist
with the medicine check?
Aurelia is hurt and is going to nap.
Yeah, same with Jinx.
Luna offers her assistance.
I think Aurelia has learned a valuable lesson about how not to wake up Fu.
Correct.
Yes.
Alright.
So next time you're just gonna get a haste while asleep and have super dreams.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and roll.
Yep. Medicine with advantage.
It would be 2.
Yep, 2d1, 2d20 d1, and then plus your modifier.
Oh, well, I would have to type that out, wouldn't I? I was just gonna use the thing.
Just for the sake of my own ego, did I at least do the most damage?
In spirit, yes.
Last roll,
whatever the numbers he gave you.
Was
in your dreams, it was a lovely battlefield of carnage.
There's no spaces.
In my dreams, I killed many.
No, I meant about Aurelia.
20.
Oh.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no.
D1.
Wait.
No. In a single strike, did I do the most damage to Aurelia?
The arrow, I already told you that you did. The arrow only hit me for 6. You hit me for 10.
Hell yeah.
Rage punch.
Sorry.
You must have been completely asleep because I said I find it funny that you hurt me more than the arrow in my side did.
All right.
Well, I didn't know if she got attacked again after.
He told
a medicine check.
Again.
A medicine check.
No, he means it was 2d20, right?
That. Not the 22, but 2d20 d1.
What? I think they are asking what the roll is for a health potion.
No, this is just to determine basically the length that it takes for Lief to. You make that stuff in like a minute.
So 17.
You make that. It takes a little more than a minute. You got your poultices.
All right, so he hands it to Aurelia and Ankel.
Aurelia takes it with a smile.
He does not care about himself. He is like, here you go, you people were gravely shot at, while I'm like, whatever.
Karchin, I'm guessing Ankel takes the poultice and applies it to any wounds? Or does he not trust homeopathic medicine?
Do I what?
Do you take the medicine I made?
I mean, Uncle is wearing a hat that Lief made, so he's gonna trust Lief.
Aw. Does a decent job of
Aw.
numbing the pain. It definitely takes the ache out of your arrow wounds.
Now, if it was made by Luna, absolutely not.
Well, Luna assisted, so.
Yes, but Lief was able to oversee everything.
Okay, with that, the poultice is serving as a nice little natural, subtle painkiller. The rest of your night goes uneventfully. As you all waken from your rest, rested if a bit sore, you continue with your day. On that note, it's been about a little over 2 hours since we started. Let's take a break, go to the bathroom, get some food, reinvigorate ourselves, because I get the feeling everyone's pretty drained.
I'm tired.
So, 10-minute break, and we will reconvene.
What do I do with the stream while the break
Put
happens?
it on the loading screen.
I don't really have a. Could you at least put on some like elevator music while we go?
No, please don't. Because that is gonna be tough to find. Like unless it's royalty free, because that's a pain in the ass.
Oh no, good point. Good point.
So just load this picture in and put it in.
Banana, do 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 do. Banana, do do
No.
do 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 do.
Darkon.
You can't even sing it. I know.
I know. What I'm saying is, please put this photo that I just sent you as our main screen, and then make it so that the Discord call cannot be heard. That's the load screen, basically. It's the
Actually,
back
how
in the
do
bit.
I do that? Because I would have to. Oh yeah, I just killed the desktop audio. Okay.
I may end up having to.
We don't have. We'll be right back. Text underneath it. Just this.
Just that, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm tired. I'm a tired boy.
I was gonna say, I thought, after this fight, we could just basically call it, but.
You will please. All right. I'll set up the thing.
Hold on.
Just give it a
Hey.
moment.
Hello, we're back from break a little early.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
so,
Bye.
Yeah, Carson is saying goodbye. So we have made a decision over break. A lot of people are pretty tired. Richie's practically zonked out. Carson's pretty tired, and generally the overall party mood is not conducive for an enjoyable stream for the players and for you, the crowd. So unfortunately, we've decided to end the stream early now. Again, I do apologize for those of you looking forward to further 2 hours of the game. But hopefully next time we convene a game, it will be for longer and be enjoyable for you all. So thank you so much for watching.
Normally
Oh
we
shit!
start.
I came back for no reason then.
Normally we start a little
Oh.
earlier.
Well, no,
But,
you came back to say goodbye because you're not the only one that's a little disengaged
Tired.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Well-
So normally we start a little earlier so that the whole getting tired thing isn't quite an issue. But due to scheduling conflicts, we had to start later this time. We're hoping that won't happen again next month. Again, this is a once a month stream. So again, for those of you who came out, it was a little bit of a shorter stream, but thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next month for the next Dungeons and PhatDogs.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Hopefully, Jinx didn't set the entire forest on fire.
I hope he did.